101 best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the U. Hey Jimmy, please get a Bell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
Welcome to the show. Football Friday on the show. Very exciting. A lot of stuff to get to on a Football Friday. Not all of it is football, by the way. But I'll start there. Does anyone think the Dolphins are going to head into Atlanta and beat the Falcons? And one of you is going to have to turn your mic on, either you or Jimmy. I can see that it's off just because the light is off.
This red one?
Yeah, that's the one.
My man.
Do either of you think that the Dolphins go into Atlanta and upset the Falcons?
No chance, because a young man by the name of Bijan Robinson.
That's the right? Yeah. I did John Michael's show in Atlanta today, and they said, you know, what's the one problem with the Dolphins that they could fix? I go, well, first of all, there's not one. I go, but do you want the one for this game coming up against your team? It's Bijan Robinson. Yeah. They can't stop a running back. So how are they going to stop Bijan Robinson?
20-plus carries, 7 receptions. Like, we were talking about 400 yards. 200 yards, all purpose is not an outreach.
Talk me out of betting 90 yards plus rushing yards for Bijan Robinson. Talk me out of it, because I can't figure out why I shouldn't play that.
They get up too fast and they put Algiers in.
That's the only,
he has no shoulder pads on a halftime.
Right, why beat him up? Because this game's out of hand.
If he plays 4 quarters, 90 yards is laughable.
Yesterday, I had a Rondé Gadsden anytime touchdown.
Whew.
That cashed quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I had Chargers -3. That thing was a laugher. Minnesota stunk last night. That was great to be on that side of the bet. Usually I'm on the other side of that bet, trying to figure out how some team's going to score 24 quick points. But a Rondé Gadsden the second is that dude.
Yep.
In his last 3 games. 3 games ago, 7 receptions, 68 yards. 2 games ago, 7 receptions, 164 yards, and a touchdown. And yesterday, 5 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
Pro Bowl numbers.
I have the future Zion Williamson MVP for the NBA. By the way, tonight, Wemby versus Zion.
Want me to tell you who wins?
Yeah, because you're going to be on the wrong side.
Wemby.
There's one guy who can shut Wemby down. There's one guy in the NBA who can shut Wemby down. You're going to see it tonight.
Man, come on, Hoch.
Khalil Ware is like, the scientist is trying to create Wemby, and it takes a while till you get the finished product. Khalil Ware is one of the versions that he put off to the side. He said, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just not there yet.
Have you seen Mickey 17?
No, my son loves that.
Yeah. They're fabricating humans, but they haven't got Mickey right yet. It's pretty funny.
And the NBA has delivered at the start of the season. There's been games. OKC went to double OT again last night. I don't normally get into the NBA this early, but there's been great basketball, great games. Looking forward to tonight. We're going to talk basketball during the show today. Mike Wallace is going to join us. Panthers lost last night. We'll talk about that. Brad Marchand had a game, though. Inter Miami tonight. Is that why you're wearing is that an Inter Miami kit that you're wearing there, Solana?
Not a kit, just one of the T-shirts that they released.
Gotcha.
This year.
Everybody's got their Inter Miami fever working. World Series tonight as well. Like, this is it's a busy time of year. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 8 matchup between the Dolphins and the Falcons. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. On the show, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel. We'll talk football. Chris Whittingham from Apple TV. He's going to talk Inter Miami with us. And Mike Wallace from Grind City Media. We'll talk NBA. You've got Heat and Grizzlies tonight. So let's do headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Yeah, you mentioned the schedule. We have a busy weekend, too, because it's World Series Game 1 tonight. But tomorrow, the Canes host Stanford. Saturday, Panthers try to rebound after a tough loss last night against the Penguins. Sunday, the Dolphins play. Sunday evening, Heat home opener hosting the New York Knickerbockers as well. So that's on top of everything happening tonight.
There's a lot going on. So the Inter Miami series too. So that starts tonight. When's game 2? Like, do these happen in rapid succession, or is it long breaks?
I think it's next week.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll double check for you, but I believe game 2 is Saturday, November 1st. It is. Game 2 will be in Nashville next Saturday. It's very weird. I want to ask Woody about it because it's best of 3, and there's no goal average. Like, you're winning games. If they tie, they go to penalties in this game.
Right.
You have to win 2 games.
This isn't cutesy European style.
Well, this is way more cutesy. The European system is much better, in my opinion. You play at home, you play in away, and the winner at the end with the most goals ends up moving on.
I don't like that. That's cutesy.
Yeah.
Win a game, and then I know at the end you won the game. I hate the soccer thing. Remember, I went to that Inter Miami game where it was like, hey, if they keep within 3 goals, they win. But they don't win the game. Like, I'm not walking out of the stadium, and I don't know the result of the game yet.
Aggregate.
Yeah, I don't
That's
like
what it's
it.
called.
I
That's
don't
silly.
like it.
Yeah, goal
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
because it's
Average.
European.
Yeah.
Game starts, game ends, there's a winner.
Boom. I got 1 win. I got 1 loss. I mean, I'm like, all of a sudden I'm doing math. I'm breaking out a Scantron. I got an SAT and an ACT quiz going on here. Watching a soccer game. I'm only here for the brownies.
Come on. It's a protractor.
So it's best of 3 in the first round, and then every other round, think of it like the NBA. 8 teams make it on each side. Best of 3 in the first round, and then it's 1 game in the second round, 1 game in the third, and then if you make it to the final, it's 1 game as
Really?
well. So I don't.
Well, that's weird.
Very weird. I don't understand why they just do best of 3 in the first round, and then the rest of the playoffs is different.
That's dumb. Because you would want to see the 2 best teams play more
Play
times.
the 3 games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's silly.
Are you sure you have it right?
I'm never sure about anything I say. But I did look it up because Tobin and Leroy were asking me yesterday. I said, I don't know what the system is because they've done different things in the MLS over the past couple years.
And is it because like basketball plays the series because it's not as physical of a game? Like you can play a football, American football game, a series is too physical.
Right.
Is that why soccer does the short series? Is it too physical?
I just don't think best of 7 means anything in soccer. It's
I
too
mean,
much.
yeah. I mean, Europe would laugh that out of like the whole notion of that is bizarre to them.
But your team loses, now they have a chance to win. And then if they both win, now you have a tiebreaker.
But
3?
I don't get best of 3 for the first round and then winner takes all each subsequent round. That seems weird to me.
Makes no sense.
I like it though. I like when people zig when others zag.
So regarding the Dolphins, Michael Penix looks like he's going to play. He told reporters he's dealing with that bone bruise in his knee, but looks like he's going to play. And then the other quarterback we have to pay attention to, even though the Dolphins don't play them on Sunday, they play them in less than a week. It's Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens because he's been banged up. He's been out for quite some time, but he's questionable going into the weekend with Baltimore coming off a bye week. Kind of have to keep an eye on that too to see A, does he play? B, does he finish the game? C, will he be healthy enough to turn it around and play on short rest on Thursday?
If I'm a Ravens fan, I would love for him to come back versus Miami because it's a bad defense, and now you get the fan base back. You get a big win. You whoop the hell out of them.
Or if you're a Ravens fan and they lose this Sunday, what's the point of playing him on a short week when he's dinged up a little bit and the season's lost anyway?
They're 1-5.
Ooh.
Steelers are 4-2. Bengals are 3-4. They win this weekend. All of a sudden, they're 500.
Crazy. Like if they can hang on till Joe Burrow gets back.
Flacco. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Harbaugh can't afford to lose any more games. I know it sounds ridiculous, but fans in Baltimore. I was
Well,
reading the other
yeah.
day,
I mean,
they're
if you
pissed.
have Lamar Jackson, you have to figure out a way to win. You have a small window when you have a quarterback that good, and he hasn't been able to do it.
There's no warmth underneath John Harbaugh's seat.
Oh, yes, there is.
Really?
I've read articles. There absolutely
He's
is.
a Super Bowl. He's been there for a decade.
He has not won with Lamar Jackson.
Mm.
You have the MVP.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to. It's the Buffalo thing. I mean, the same thing, right, is going to happen with McDermott.
I've been asking people all offseason, how the hell could this guy not feel like his job is under at least the tiny bit of pressure, considering you have, the next great quarterback outside of Patrick Mahomes? And if you can't get over that hurdle one time, at some point,
because Lamar Jackson's doing his thing, Josh Allen's doing his thing, so why aren't we hoisting a trophy?
McDaniel's gone this offseason. They fire Harbaugh. I'll take Harbaugh in a second.
Oh, I mean,
I will go pick him up. He don't
it's
need
not
me to
the
get a plane
Harbaugh
ticket.
that Stephen Ross wanted, but whatever.
It's actually a better Harbaugh.
NFL coaching wise, I mean, he's got a longer. Yeah, he's got to be the longest tenured coach aside of Tomlin.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Jim's,
Who's calling?
Asia.
Ah, that's so nice.
He knows what time I work.
I know.
Hey,
I'm
you know what time I work.
I mean, less than -1% chance that you answered the phone and said that. But I always marvel. My son will call and text. Text, I don't mind. Will call at any time. He doesn't call me if it's not between 2 and 6. It's like he waits. And Lori, too. I don't understand.
I just want to see how much you love him. Really pick up at work.
Yeah.
The weird thing is for you, especially your son or your wife, they call you during work hours. I think the first thing would pop into your mind is like, oh, something's wrong. They're calling me during work hours.
No, they're really out of it. They're both living in their own world. As long as daddy keeps bringing home a check, everything's good.
And Hawk, that DJ's 21?
21.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man.
Yeah. If one of my kids call me, I might be like, hey, y'all, hold on 2 seconds. Because they're in school. Like, why are you calling me?
Right.
But I love my wife to death. When you're a grown person, I kind of expect you to handle things as a grown person.
Well, here's how I handled them. It's funny that you say that. I got a text from my son driving into Miami today. Hey, I just got this from the apartment complex he lives in. And then he copy and paste it. And it says, courtesy reminder, your concession addendum must be signed by 2 p.m. today. If not signed, the concession will be removed and the amount back charged to your account. Please reach out with any questions. So you have to sign something to not be charged something, I don't know, by 2 o'clock today. So he texts me, he goes, I got this from the apartment. So my thought first is, well, how many emails and warnings have you gotten leading up to a text an hour before the deadline saying this is the deadline? But again, like you say, I've got to figure it out. I'm an adult. So I text him back, call mom.
He's an adult now.
Correct.
Deal with it, son.
Right. Well, mom dealt with it and we're all good. She called me to tell me I was right. She's like, oh, David just called me. You know what's going on at the apartment? Blah, blah, blah. I go, oh, yeah, I heard something about it. I told him to call you.
Great husband.
I'm just reading from Barry Jackson's Twitter account because he kind of did the TLDR on McDaniel's press conference from earlier today. Waddle, hamstring, expected to play. So good news for Jalen Waddle. Julian Hill, unlikely to play. So it's going to be Tanner Connor, and Dulcich
Dulce de leche
is going to play. Oh, that reminds me. I brought you a treat from Uruguay. My dad wanted to give you we call it a Jojo.
Oh.
And it's just chocolate on top, like a cookie on the bottom, dulce de leche in the middle.
Did he just come back from Uruguay?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm very excited about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in my lunchbox. I'll give it to you now.
You have a lunchbox?
Bassett ain't bringing me no damn cookie.
No.
You have a lunchbox?
Man,
what kind of lunchbox?
You want me to show you?
Yeah.
All right, it's right there.
It's a zip up. I saw that lame ass lunchbox.
Because when I think lunchbox, I think of metal
It's
lunchbox.
it's a grown man little lunchbox.
Is it?
It's not going to be impressive.
But is it like a laborer's lunchbox? Because that's when I hear someone say a lunchbox, I picture them eating on a girder.
Look at this. It's
hanging.
not much.
Yeah, what is that? That's
It's the thing that people keep their insulin in to keep it cool.
yeah. Why are you carrying that around?
You got diabetes?
My lunchbox. You want to see what's in it?
Yeah.
All right.
I do.
I got
This is terrible.
I got some Himalayan pink salt popcorn, only 50 calories.
Yeah, that stuff is such a clown show. I see that everywhere, and this is as cheap a popcorn as you can get. But if you write Himalayan salt on it, which I cannot imagine tastes any different than salt out of Lake Okeechobee, if that's a saltwater lake, I don't know.
It's not salt.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance that's salt from the Himalayas, and there's no chance that salt's from the Himalayas, by the way.
Well, we only use Himalayan pink salt now at the Solana residence.
All right.
I've got some
Do you know where the Himalayas are?
Himalayas?
Yes.
Of course. South America.
Do you know what the Himalayas are?
Range of mountains.
Oh, that's good.
Get that.
Or a mountain range.
Or mountain range.
Range of mountains.
Technically correct. I've got toasty peanut butter crackers, BOGO at Publix, if anybody's interested.
Right.
Those are healthy.
Yep.
Yeah, 180 calories.
All right.
I made myself a burrito at
Okay.
home. So that's
4,000
That's
calories.
You're literally at 1,500 calories because everything you have is tiny calories, but you have a million different items.
creatine tablets because
Ay,
I got to get my
ay.
creatine in me.
That's the cheapest tablet. Those tablets that come in those clear little casings are the bottom of in any tablet, bottom of the barrel.
Why are you creatine loading?
And why do you
Creatine-
have them in a plastic bag?
What else am I supposed to do with
Put them in your pocket like a man. You're walking around with a bag of
Have the
creatine
bottle.
pills.
bottle in here, shaker? I've got 2 scoops of whey protein.
All right, I regret my decision to ask what was in your lunchbox.
How do you
And-
take this regularly?
Here's the Jojo.
It's
there.
open?
No, it's packed in like a.
Oh, I'm about to
Look
say,
at this
goodness, that's
JoJo.
nasty.
Look at this.
What
My
happened to mine?
Uruguayan JoJo.
Where's my JoJo?
Look at this.
I'll bring you one.
I don't want one now that you brought Hawk one and not me.
Thank you, Eduardo.
You take creatine every day?
The truth is, I do. The truth is,
Oh my God, good.
it's good, right? The truth is, they gave me 2. I forgot to give them to you yesterday, and while I was here yesterday until late into the night, I ate 1. But they were supposed to be for Hawk and Lori.
This is I'll save it for it because I'm just gonna take one more bite.
Yeah.
This is unbelievably good. I love dulce de leche. These are like almost like black and white cookie cakes,
Mm.
and it's got the dulce de leche in the middle and the chocolate on top. Can I get a JoJo anywhere in the States, or I have to go to Uruguay?
I'm sure you can find them here. It's like an alfajor. So I'm sure you can find them somewhere here. But those are made like some special bakery that my dad loves in Uruguay. He always brings back a box.
Viva Uruguay!
Yeah.
They're delicious. I'm not even lying.
Where do I find this alpha whore?
To end your actually
Hey,
important
put me down for a beta. I want a beta whore. That's really good.
It's good, right?
That's like really good.
It's legit great.
You know, because everybody comes back from a country or a city and they go, oh, this is the whatever. And you're like, yeah, it's like it's a Twix, but you call it a Touche. You know, it's like this is really good because the only dulce de leche that I get experience with, it's like a little tiny, you know, like a dulce de leche, I don't know, ice cream. And it's got like a little tiny swirl somewhere, whatever. It's like a whole layer, man. That is good.
It does look good.
I'll bring you one, Crowd. I got
Man,
you.
just let me have some creatine. You take so many supplements.
Yeah,
You look like a vice principal.
I look better than you.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I look better than you.
Solana.
I'm in the
come
best shape in this building.
on. Of what shape?
Like what kind of shape?
Like
do you mean?
hexagon? What?
Darren Waller's injury, not season ending.
Are you including bad shape? As I stuff my face with a JoJo.
It's funny you mentioned that, like bringing stuff. I know we don't have a lot of time. Maybe we can revisit it. But I saw a TikTok reel. Somebody brings a shot glass from another country, and the person who's receiving it, he's like, why are you bringing me this? What am I supposed to do with this? It's like, are you trying to flex? Now every time I look at this shot glass,
Right.
which I'm not even supposed to take a shot out of, it's more for decoration.
Right.
I have to think about you
Right.
in that country.
No, this happens to be a very good gift from a foreign country because I've never, honestly, who doesn't like a pastry, but it's still fresh, first of all, and it tastes delicious.
I just got a text message. I still have some. I'll save one for Crowder.
Eduardo, my man.
Nah, Eduardo, he doesn't even like you.
Well, dude, I
Send
love
another one for
Eduardo.
Lori.
I want a JoJo. Don't listen to him.
Every time
Jojo.
I see my dad, he's just peppering me about DMs he sends Hoch. So I can't escape Hoch ever because I go to my parents' house to say hello, and he just wants to talk to me about Hoch. It's wildly annoying.
Now it all paid dividends because I got a JoJo.
Yeah.
You got no.
On there, Eduardo. Watch out for it, brother.
And if you want to know about Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers,
Who?
we don't know. No decision on number 2 yet this
All
week.
right.
On Friday?
Mm-hmm. No decision yet. At least not trying to tip the competitive advantage to the Falcons.
Yeah. Raheem Morris got to go deep in his playbook if one of them start over the other. This is crazy.
Your weather in South Florida.
Somebody texted in, Himalayas are not in South America. Yeah, we know. We know.
Thanks.
I don't know where they are, though. Where are they? You know? Is it more like in the Tibet area, or is
Asian
that all
region.
eaten up by Mount Everest? I don't.
It's the Asian region.
Right.
Eurasia. One continent, right? Eurasia.
It was
Himalayas are a mountain range in Asia.
It was the Eddie Murphy movie, Golden Child, when they went overseas. I think they were.
Well, that was Tibet,
but that was in the range.
But Tibet is Mount Everest.
Really?
Yeah.
So you smart.
Yes. Oh, wait, I take that back. It says the Himalayas are a vast mountain range in Asia, separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau. So you can probably see it from Tibet.
Thank you.
Who said you don't learn anything on this show?
I mean,
your weather. It's sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Look up your own weather.
Yeah, it's raining JoJo's.
It's
partly
nice
cloudy.
outside.
Partly cloudy.
Will not be, and Chris Perkins is going to join us next, will not be an undefeated season for the Canes because they lost, but they have a chance to get it going Saturday night against Stanford. They're 30-point favorites. Get to Caneswear today, tonight, tomorrow. Get geared up for the Canes game. Caneswear is in Davie or online at caneswear.com. You will not find a bigger selection of Canes merch anywhere. And it's not just Hurricanes. You've got Dolphins merch. You've got Inter Miami merchandise. They're starting the playoffs tonight. You better get to Caneswear if you don't have any Inter Miami stuff. Look at what Solana's wearing. You got to get all decked out for the playoffs. They've got Heat. They've got Marlins. They've got Florida Panthers merch as well. And you definitely need some Panthers gear. Maybe you're going to the game on Saturday. There's another one at home on Tuesday. I mean, get some Panthers gear at Caneswear. But we got a lot of action going on in South Florida between the Canes, Inter Miami, the Heat are underway. You've got the Panthers. You've got the Dolphins. So much action, so many things you need, and it's all at Caneswear. Shirts, hats, jerseys, shorts, hoodies, everything but JoJo's. They literally have everything in that store but JoJo's. And if they added JoJo's, they'd probably sell out of them because these things are so good. Visit the store, Caneswear, in Davie on University Drive, right next to La Spada's, or you could shop online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot South Florida sports fans shop.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong. All right, if you want to win the sports weekend of a lifetime, Dare and Hard Rock Bet have teamed up to give one lucky winner tickets to two epic rivalries, the Florida versus Tampa Bay hockey game November 15th and the Miami-New York NBA game on November 17th, plus $1,000 cash and $500 in bonus bets. Enter to win by heading to Dare Day Club at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino every Sunday from noon till 4 p.m. and placing $50 in bets on Hard Rock Bet. It's the best place to watch, win, and party every game day. Don't miss out. You've got till November 5th to enter. Ready to roll? Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. All right, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel, columnist for the Sun Sentinel, covers the Miami Dolphins. You can read his work on the Sun Sentinel app or in the Sun Sentinel. You can hear him Sunday mornings on this radio station on Game Day Uncensored with Solana and Brendan Tobin and a cast of thousands. Chris Perkins is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I always remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. So, Park, I know it's Friday. We've had a lot of time to marinate over last Sunday, the Browns game. But after that game on Sunday, did you think if you were joining us on Friday the 24th, Mike McDaniel was still going to be the head coach of the Miami Dolphins?
No, I didn't. I mean, 31-6, and it was just a butt kicking. You know, it's been funny that Steve Ross has been so patient with Mike McDaniel, but I think that they're at a point where they need to hear a different voice, the players, I mean. And I'll say this, though. This team has a great mental outlook. Their mindset, their mentality is outstanding. They're able to shake off losses, and they care. They give a damn. I know what people are thinking. Well, that's because they don't care. They actually care, and I've always said this about this team. They have a good fighting spirit. They're not going to quit. They're not going to give up. Their big problem is they're just not very good. But their mindset and their mentality is very good. Having said that, though, I do think it's time for McDaniel to go and Tua also. I think it's time to start looking at backup quarterbacks and see what you have there.
Listen to this theory for me, because I thought about this. Last time, Stephen Ross.
All right.
I'm okay.
He gets all choked up. He gets all choked up talking about the Dolphins. That's his team, Perk.
My McDaniel. Last time Stephen Ross fired somebody was Brian Flores. He lost the first round draft pick. He got fined $1 million. He got suspended 6 games. Bruce Beal lost $500,000, got suspended for the entire season. He's just gun shy on firing people now, because the last time when he was flirting with Sean Payton and Tom Brady, like, everything went wrong. He's going to just let it play out, do the normal offseason firing. That's my theory.
No, what I've heard, Shannon, is 2 things. Number one, Steve Ross really likes the peace and harmony and unity of this building under Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel. He doesn't have Don Aponte and Mike Tannenbaum and Dennis Hickey and Jeff Ireland all chirping in his ear. It's one voice. That voice comes from Chris Grier. Everybody in that building is unified. And the other thing is, he doesn't want to keep cycling through head coaches every 3 and 4 years. He thought that he had a guy here that was going to last for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. He's giving it every single chance that he can to work. But again, to me, I think it's time to make the change, both from the standpoint of you're glad you have this unity. It's gotten you a 500 coach, because McDaniel is 29-29. And then also, it's nice that you want continuity, but you only get continuity through success. You don't get continuity through somebody who is inadequate. And I think that's what he's hoping for. Steve Ross in this case is continuity through someone who's inadequate. It's not going to happen.
He wanted peace and unity. He should have bought the Montessori and not the Miami Dolphins. What?
or at least a bottle of Jack Daniels or something, right?
But there is something to be said for having an organization and everyone's happy. It was obviously very adversarial when Brian Flores was there, and and he didn't want that. But at some point, like, okay, does peace and unity triumph over success? And that's a weird choice to make, no?
Yeah, it is. It's just not working. And again, I like Mike. I respect Mike McDaniel. I'm talking about, but he's 500. He's 29-29 in the regular season, 29-31 when you include the 2 playoff losses. And when you base that upon talent and expectations, right? When you have Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey and Calais Campbell and Javon Holland and all these guys, Christian Wilkins and Rob Hunt, you can't be 500. You can't enter this season 4-16 against playoff teams. You can't be 1-7 against Buffalo and on a 7-game losing streak. Those things just don't add up. You've put too much time and resource and money into this product to be a 500 team right now. It's time to make a change.
Perk, can you sell me, or do you believe there's a way for you to try to sell all of us on Tua righting the ship here? And I'm not saying that he's going to right the ship in terms of put the Dolphins in playoff positioning. That's obviously far gone already. But I'm talking about this Sunday in Atlanta. It's in a dome, right? It's in the best case scenario for Tua to go out there and play. But I'm kind of the opinion, like, mentally, I don't know if he's not in it anymore, but I just think mentally, like, this season has been so taxing on him, and physically he's so limited. He's just not the same guy currently that we saw have a career year in 2023.
No, I'm with you, Solana. And look, anything can happen on any given Sunday, but I'm with you. I think it's a combination of a lot of things of, at the end of last season, Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel going public with, Tua has got to do better at staying healthy. He's got to make better decisions. He can't run. He's got to get down and slide. He can't hold on to the ball. He's got to throw it out of bounds. Then he had some unfortunate slips of the tongue at the podium this year about going home with the kids and watching video games and players not showing up to player-led meetings. You lose Tyreek Hill. You lose James Daniels. You lose Austin Jackson. You get pounded in Indianapolis. You're coming off back-to-back 3-interception games. You had the late game interceptions against New England and against Buffalo. I'm with you, Solana. I think Tua is beaten down to a point that it's not irreparable, it's not irreversible, but he's really down right now. And Tyreek Hill ain't walking through that door. That's another thing that works against Tua. So I do think that while it's strange that Tua is good physically, because that's not usually the case, I do think mentally he needs kind of a break. Again, they could win on Sunday, but you don't have Waller, you don't have Tyreek, you don't have Austin Jackson, you don't have James Daniels, and you're coming off back-to-back 3-interception games, Solana. It's tough. I can't sell you on he can do it. I can just say anything can happen on any given Sunday, but I picked Falcons 28-17.
I started the show asking Crowder and Solana, do you guys see any way that the Dolphins are going to go to Atlanta and win? How are they going to stop Bijan Robinson? We've seen what running backs have done to them week after week. How will they stop him?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, because every team has rushed for over 100 yards against them. And there hasn't always been a 100-yard rushing running back, but every team has rushed for over 100. I expect the same thing is going to happen here. I would think, as illogical as this sounds, that they'd have to outscore Atlanta. And when you're looking at Drake London and Bijan Robinson and the Dolphins' run defense and a possible huge mismatch in time of possession, it's the odds are way, way, way against the Dolphins here. But maybe you get some turnovers. Maybe Michael Penix Jr. just plays a really bad game and the Dolphins catch fire, or maybe there's a key injury for Atlanta or anything like that. Anything can happen, but Hoch, I'm just not seeing it right now.
Neither.
And Perk, earlier in the week, McDaniel said something about like everything's on the table. We know there's no roster changes because, we're watching the guys practice. He said something about run-pass ratio and maybe changing up the offense. I don't know. What could they change? Because you know the definition of insanity. They have to change something. They're sitting at 1-6.
Yeah, and Shannon, it's a three-legged table. That's the problem. They need to put another leg on that table. That's what they need to do. There's not a whole lot of changes they can make, right? Like, there's nobody you can replace on the offensive line because the backups are worse than the starters. Devon Achane is not going to be replaced. They did talk about Jalen Wright perhaps being the number 2 running back ahead of Ollie Gordon, but that's deck chairs on the Titanic. On defense, there's just, you have very few options. Maybe Storm Duck could start at one of the corners ahead of Jack Jones or Rasul Douglas. Maybe Jason Marshall Jr. can come in and play some nickel. He's been out with the hamstring, and that can free up Minkah Fitzpatrick to not have to play the nickel. But aside from that, I mean, your backups just don't offer you a whole lot of options. It's not like there's a third or fourth round draft pick that's been pushing for playing time and has showed you stuff in practice. I mean, again, backup quarterback, maybe Quinn Ewers actually does surpass Zach Wilson forever, and stays the number 2, but they're just so limited in the changes that they can make to the starting lineup that I know that Mike wants to talk tough and pretend like and I shouldn't say pretend, they are scrutinizing every position and every decision, but the answers pretty much come up to, you've got to keep the starters in there because the starters are the guys who at this point give you the best chance to win.
We got to wrap things up, Perk, but you mentioned the Quinn Ewers, Zach Wilson stuff. That's another disaster too. Like now they've got some narrative working about who the better backup is, which is the dumbest thing to be talking about with this team. Like that seems to be just a ridiculous coaching maneuver that didn't have to be made because no one was clamoring for anything. And now it's another stupid thing we have to talk about.
It is the most ridiculous storyline of the season that you told them last week on Saturday at the team hotel. And then we asked McDaniel today, and he said he still hasn't made a decision on who's going to be the backup quarterback. The explanation of Quinn Ewers gives us a better chance to beat Cleveland than Zach Wilson is just like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Like, what does that even mean?
Right?
Like, I can't believe the stage that we're at with this team. I mean, the backup quarterback is now a thing. And it's of the guy who was a direct calculated target. That was the quote they used.
Bizarre.
Zach Wilson, a direct calculated target, and then kind of an afterthought 7th round draft pick. And the afterthought 7th round draft pick has overtaken your direct calculated target, the $6 million man. It's just, this season is just taken so many bizarre turns.
Bizarre, man. Could you imagine going to a restaurant with Mike McDaniel and him trying to figure out what he wants to order off the menu? Dude can't make a decision. I don't know. I think I know. I definitely want the steak, but I'm stuck on the sides. Well, like, you got the steak. Like, who cares about the sides? Like,
next thing you know, he's eating in the bathroom.
He's babbling to himself, eating in the bathroom. Chris Perkins, read his work in the Sun Sentinel. Make sure you download the Sun Sentinel app. Follow Perk on Twitter and listen to him Sunday morning, Game Day Uncensored, right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Thank you, Perk.
All right, fellas, we'll talk later.
There you go. Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel on this Football Friday.
Oh, come on down to the showdown on the Sawgrass at Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall. They have beautiful vehicles waiting for you to come get them. And right now, the 2024 Chevy Silverado is sitting pretty, and it's right there next to the 2024 GMC Sierra. Both beautiful trucks, and they're going to give you up to $15,000 off these beautiful pickup trucks. But the 2025 Chevy Equinox is right there on the lot, and a knockout lease deal of $189 a month. The Buick Encore is right there next to it, and it has a show-stopping lease deal, only $139 a month. And the grand finale, the entire thing, you have select cars for 0% financing on those models. Oh my goodness, you can't beat that. 0%. When the bands rattle, you win. Silverados and Sierras are the $15,000 off. Equinox is $189 a month. Encore is $139 a month. And steal the show with 0% financing. With deals this good, the real champions always you. The champions always you at Ed Morris. Remember, Ed Morris is always in your corner. Visit Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall or go to edmoresawgrass.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I would love to have a cup of coffee and a piece of pie with Mike McDaniel at Denny's.
Yeah. I need a little more you two on the program, Jimmy. I like it. They are, I'm assuming, are they Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members? If they're not, they will be one day. But Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Rush just announced their 50-something tour, and we've got a chance for you and a guest to win a flyaway to see them at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Prize includes tickets to the show, round-trip airfare, and a 2-night hotel stay. Go to WQAM.com to enter. It is a national contest. Wemby and Zion tonight. That's a good little matchup. Inter Miami tonight. Chris Whittingham is going to join us. That's a good matchup right there. I've got some Dolphins-Falcons props. 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored is brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions in 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. I saw this morning, I don't know if it's changed. I'm going to look right now, the Tua rushing prop. You know what it is?
1.5.
4.5.
Ooh.
And the thing that makes me nervous is, again, I feel like he doesn't rush until the second half or the end of the first half. Like, he doesn't look to run.
No.
And if he's not in, that would prevent him from hitting the over. This is the first week. Remember, I have cashed that ticket for 7 weeks. He has hit the rushing prop over. 7 weeks. I was tempted this morning to bet the under 4.5 rushing yards.
We talked about this when you were saying kind of let Tua recalibrate for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Tua has to throw 3 more interceptions to take him out the game again.
But he could, is my point. Like, you're saying it like it can't happen. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
And Solana was telling us, you thought the Cleveland defense was good? Atlanta's defense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like, to go, oh, he'd really have to have a bad game to get benched. Yeah, that's what he's been doing.
Super conservative, a bunch of checkdowns.
How are you going to play a super conservative game, though?
I know.
You're playing for, I mean, like, your football lives. You like super conservative.
Just try to get a first down.
I saw, obviously we know Darren Waller. Darren Waller's not going to play, and I just saw Julian Hill's probably not going to play.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, because I read it from David Furones. It resonates more when I see it from Furones. Like, he's not going to have many weapons. He only went to Jalen Waddle once last week. I could see this thing going south and them just going, hey, this ain't working. We need to win this game. This ain't working.
What's the baseline for the Dolphins? Is it what we saw in Buffalo, which was, okay, at the very least, they can stay in games, they can compete. We saw that a couple times, right? They did that against the Chargers. They did that against the Panthers. They did that against the Patriots. 1-score games. Or has it fallen so badly that the baseline is Cleveland? And I don't know. Because if it is closer to what we saw against Cleveland, then Sunday in Atlanta is going to be maybe worse.
That's what I feel.
It could be a boring game. It can't be embarrassing. And I'm not talking about the 25 points. I'm not talking about the score. Interception, touchdown, get the ball back, 3 and out, then another interception, they go down and score. Like, they cannot look like they don't belong in the NFL. They look like they shouldn't have been out there. Like they didn't practice before the week of the Browns game.
But what makes you think this week is going to look any different?
Dome. What they have? They had dust mites. Y'all told me there was dust mites.
Midges.
There was midges. There's no midges in a dome. We're good to go, baby.
Other things in a dome. I don't know what. But there can be other things.
Honestly, X and O wise, did you watch what McCaffrey did against them in their loss to the 49ers? McCaffrey was crazy. Out the backfield, everything. Devon Achane should get 20-plus touches this game. McCaffrey went crazy.
But the point of that is everyone knows the ball's going to end up in Devon Achane's hands. So if you're a defensive coordinator or just a defensive player, you know the ball is going to end up in Devon Achane's hands 70% of the time.
But McCaffrey's not sneaking up on anybody.
But he's Christian McCaffrey.
But would just say that approach, throwing out the backfield. I don't know his numbers, but I'm sure he touched the ball up.
McCaffrey, I have
times.
him here. 24 carries, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 72 yards, an average of 10 receiving yards per reception.
So 200 all-purpose yards for McCaffrey. Devon Achane's very good. He's not McCaffrey.
Correct.
But that approach, 31 touches? Can Devon get 30 touches? Yes, because that's their offense.
Right. But literally, that's the offense.
Run it. Run the offense.
I mean, Tua tried to throw it to him on the sidelines to start the second half last week, and there were 2 guys there, and one of them ran the ball
and
ran with the ball.
He was open. Tua overthrew him. It hit both his hands. If he throws it a little lower, that's a catch for 12, 15 yards.
Mac Jones, 5 carries, 11 rushing yards, by the way, last week against the Atlanta Falcons. If on Sunday, to Crowder's point, the Dolphins, and I understand the rosters are different, but the Dolphins can't figure out a way to get Devon Achane the ball, can't figure out a way to, at the very least, put some points on the board, move the chains, then, I to Chris Perkins' point, what are we doing here with Mike McDaniel? As much as I still think this is more on Chris Grier than McDaniel, that's what a head coach does. You have Mac Jones starting, you figure out a way, some way, to go and compete to win a game. And McDaniel has not been able to do that. When everything's stacked against him, fine. The good coaches in the NFL still find a way to put a respectable product on the field. McDaniel consistently does the opposite.
And Perk said, because I asked him about this, why is he still there? I had a theory about the last firing. Perk said he likes a calm, friendly work environment. It's not getting nasty that they're losing either.
Well, that's the thing that kind of shocked me is that shouldn't be a calm work environment right now.
On edge.
Right? Like, Chris Grier should not be calm and happy. Mike McDaniel shouldn't be. The team sure as hell shouldn't be. So if he's not getting calls from Chris Grier complaining that Brian Flores isn't talking to him, and I get it. Stephen Ross has a multi-billion-dollar real estate empire to run. He doesn't want calls saying, I can't get along with my head coach. I get that, but man, I kind of feel like his phone should be blowing up about things because the team is 1-6.
Hoch, you brought it up a couple times, or it was about a month ago when the Ravens started getting terrible. And post-game with Harbaugh, where you could tell he was pissed.
Yep.
Man, this is embarrassing. We're embarrassing our damn selves out here. And then McDaniel on the other side is, well, a couple bad turns, and guys,
this is where you learn about what you have in your intestinal fortitude.
So that's not an uncomfortable way. The coach McDaniel's not walking up there on Wednesday. That first get ready for the Falcons week. He's not cussing. He's not showing a low light film of the Browns game. That's what my coach used to do. You walk in, y'all bastards are terrible, and he show a low light reel and put the little pointer on everybody messing up. Y'all want to do this again in front of your parents, in front of the league, in front of the scout? Like he would demean you because you're embarrassing us and yourself. There is no way McDaniel's doing that in the team meeting. There's no way in the hell he's hurting anyone's feelings during a team meeting. There's no way in that 2.5 hours he meets with Tua every damn day there's any criticism harshly.
I think in his mind, he's being harsh by not naming the backup quarterback. I think
that's
like
the evil.
Like when you don't have that disposition, you find something where you're like, no, I'm doing exactly like everything's up for grabs, including the backup quarterback position. I've made no decision on the backup quarterback position. And it's like, what are you doing, man? But that's my, again, I don't like to call for people's jobs. We've never really done that on the show. But I just, after that Cleveland game, my point was whatever Mike McDaniel said during the week after it was the Chargers game, right? That they had just whatever he said during the week to get past the Chargers collapse and the Tua post-game press conference, whatever he said during the week didn't work.
No,
because they came out and crapped the bed in Cleveland. So why would they listen to him this week? And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. But you can't tell me that he's got the rapt attention of his players or his assistants.
I've told the story before with Cam Cameron. Week 1 in Washington playing the now Commanders. Go into overtime. We get the ball. 3 and out. We kick the ball to them. They drive the ball down our throats, kick field goal to win the game. Cam Cameron's message for that embarrassing loss in overtime to start the season, fellas, from the outside looking in, that was a heck of a game.
Right.
What does that give us for next week?
Right. Why am I going to listen to you?
We're coming off of Nick Saban. Nick Saban would have called us everything that God doesn't want us to say in that meeting. Oh, Cam ain't worried about us getting whooped in overtime. Like, I'm not saying you're saying that, but you relax.
Right. No, you follow the lead of your leader.
But if Stephen Ross wants a relaxed, happy, calm environment, he has exactly what he's sitting in right now. You're sitting at 1-6, but it's nobody's cussing, nobody's screaming, nobody's making anybody uncomfortable.
The thing is, even though Mike McDaniel might not be cussing, I don't know what cussing does when you look at the team. Tanner Connor and Greg Dulcich are your starting tight ends. I don't know what cussing does.
Right, but again, this is going into this week. We've had 7 games where you've had Tyreek not that he's been available all 7, but through 7 games, Tyreek has been available. Darren Waller has been available. Like, it's not like they're starting the season devoid of talent. Like, they had everyone at the beginning except Darren Waller.
Not just cuss words.
And by the way, they could have had Aronde Gadsden. I see that going crazy on social media too, because you kind of needed a tight end. You decided to get rid of Jonnu and go with Darren Waller. And Aronde is sitting there in round 5. His dad played for the organization. You've obviously watched him and know who he is, and they whiffed on him.
Not just the words we're not allowed to say on radio. So I'm not saying just yell out F and S and A and as much as you can. Challenge them disrespectfully. Todd Bowles used to do it. When Todd was running the defense, we get beat up in the game. Oh, y'all don't have any pride, do you? Oh, y'all gonna do that in front? Y'all got kids? I didn't want to be y'all's kid anymore if y'all go out there and like just the aggressive football approach to it. Not, well, we're just, we got to correct the mistakes and move forward and get ready for the Falcons.
You'll look back on this 5 years from now, and you will marvel at the growth that this was the generator of.
And we've talked about, you don't have a lot of people, they call them dogs. I just call them very aggressive human beings. You don't have a lot of aggressive human beings on this team. And the non-aggressive people are getting happy quotes and coddles. It's not going to turn around that way. And who brought up not cutting any? It was you, Hawk.
Yeah, there's never anybody coming in, getting tried out on a Tuesday. And
1-6. We can't find anyone out there to do this job better.
Crazy.
Come on, man. I can't see a turnaround with the approach that they're having to this terrible season.
Let's get headlines brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com.
Well, you wanted somebody to come in. The Dolphins brought in Chris Myarick, and that's.
But I wanted someone to come in and replace someone who was healthy on the active roster. They just needed a body. I want tryouts going on Tuesdays because heads could roll. And I feel like you see that every year with Flores or Wanstead, like that there were guys being like, hey, we're not meeting expectations. We got to see if there are other people out there. And I feel like everybody's just very complacent.
Lane Johnson's not sitting in the street right now. There is somebody in the world that could play guard better than Sabanyaya can. I really believe that. He's getting run over, just run around every game.
And again, not that he's a bust. He's a rookie who's learning the position, and it takes a minute, and they're not good right now, and so that's part of it. So, no, nobody's, I don't think, giving up on him, but there has to be someone who can do that better.
Yes.
I think people have given up on him, but they're saying, hey, we're playing the best people available week in, week out. If he is the best person available, I mean, he definitely, Hawk, to your point, I don't give up on a rookie through 7
games in.
I'm with you, but also I think there's enough body of work to say you were going to rely on him to be your starting guard.
Yeah, mistake.
A mistake to take him that high, a miss by Chris Greer, and then your backup plan was Liam Eichenberg, and he's been on the IR before training camp even started. That's a mistake. And also, the whole thing with Jonas Savaiinaia that's weird is that he's a right guard. His entire career is a right guard. They wanted him to be left guard, and they wanted to pair him with Patrick Paul. I get it, but clearly that's not working.
Right.
He's in over his head. Why not try to move him over to the right? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but put Cole Strange at left guard. I don't know. Try to figure something else out, because clearly this isn't working. We had at least 1 week of Eichenbros. At least 1 week.
He was on IR when we started that.
I mean, he would have been a key ingredient to their success. And you guys poo-pooed it then. You wish he was there now.
What's the record if he was playing?
1-6.
All right, here's your schedule tonight. The Miami Heat, they play the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis, 8 p.m. Injury report's interesting because John Morant is questionable. I told you guys, he kind of tweaked his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
They have a couple guys who are a little banged up. They're 1-0. They beat the Pelicans.
They were like, what, 2.5-point favorites over the Heat when I looked this morning?
What was it yesterday? 4?
I don't think it was that much. I was surprised when I looked this morning that it was only 2.5.
Did either of you see what, because obviously this entire Rozier, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, the entire federal investigation from yesterday has continued into today. Terry Rozier is away from the organization. The Heat.
3-point favorites, by the way, Memphis.
The Heat, as of right now, have not released any sort of official statement. Terry Rozier is away from the team. Eric Spoelstra was asked about it at today's shoot-around, and he basically said, look, we move forward. We have no choice but to move forward. He says the team met yesterday to address the issue, and, that's pretty much it. That's all we got out of Eric Spoelstra. But, again, there's been no official statement from the Miami Heat, and that's kind of where things stand. He's away from the team, and as we discussed yesterday.
Injury report, Terry Rozier, parentheses, jail. Detained.
They got us.
Did you see what it is listed as?
No.
Terry Rozier, not with team. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, this doesn't happen very often.
It does not. But neither do episodes of Panic based off of gummies on team planes. Like, we've got a history of some strange things happening with this organization, but they're very tight-lipped about stuff. You don't get much info.
A player passing out in a hotel lobby, allegedly.
I don't think it was a hotel lobby. I think it was his apartment lobby, wasn't it?
Yeah, right there by the Kaseya
Yeah.
Center.
Right across the street, yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Has there been anything that you guys have seen?
Remember when the former Hurricane Robert Height was released? Was it a DUI or was it Smush Parker who beat up the valet Parker? What happened? You remember when Robert Height was released? Do you remember Robert Height?
I don't.
No, I got to look up the story.
I remember, was it Matt Barnes who drove
to beat up the coach?
like 90 hours to go, 30 hours to go beat up Derek Fisher or something like that.
I asked him about that. We interviewed him, and he said like they exaggerated the story.
Somebody remind me why the Heat released Robert Height.
The Heat or the Canes? You said the Canes.
He played for the Hurricanes, but the Heat released him.
And Miami got a lot going on.
Anything new from this saga that you guys think is worth discussing? I mean, there's a couple more names being tied to this entire situation. I imagine we're far from any sort of conclusion here.
Yeah, I got to see how this thing plays out because stuff always comes out. You hear one side first. The other side has to be tight-lipped. Then you start to hear the other side. And then, I'm constantly ping-ponging when stuff like this comes out.
It's upsetting me that people keep saying, like, they're almost baffled that a guy worth $100 million would gamble. That's the dumbest thing in the world because it's fun. Because it's fun.
It's fun, and there's a rush.
When you win, it's a study. I watched it somewhere. There's dopamine released into your brain. You know what else releases dopamine? Crack and ecstasy.
Agreed.
Like, So, like they say, addiction, it's the same physical response from your body from hitting a crack pipe or popping a pill within winning in a gambling thing. That's why they do it. And why does Michael Jordan gamble? For the money?
Right. It's again, when you have a ton of money, and listen, there are high roller rooms in Vegas. All those people have more money than they know what to do with.
Yes. If Jordan wins $4 million
does not change his life.
Nothing. Michael Rubin, who's worth $10 billion, he gambles all the time. Jay-Z, who's worth $3 billion, he gambles. It's the fun of winning. Oh, why would he cheat then if he wants to win? People that gamble don't gamble to gamble. They gamble to win.
And by the way, no matter how much money you have, you always want more.
You want more.
You do.
Jay-Z, $3 billion. If he walks out the casino with $10,000
on top of the world,
I just hit him for 10 racks, baby.
Like, who's not?
Yeah.
World Series Game 1 tonight. Blue Jays versus Dodgers. Tomorrow, the Canes host Stanford at 7 p.m. at Hard Rock Stadium. Panthers lost yesterday, 5-3 to the Penguins. They get the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow, 6 p.m. at the Amerant Bank Arena. It's funny. That's a Stanley Cup final rematch from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It seems like it doesn't even matter anymore. You've won 2 chips since then.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Falcons, 1 p.m. in Atlanta. The Heat open up their home schedule, 6 p.m. Sunday. And tonight, Inter Miami, playoff game number 1. They host Nashville, 8 p.m.
I see on the text machine, somebody said, didn't Crowder crash his car off the Hollywood Turnpike? What happened with that? I was driving home from church. It was raining. I lost control.
Right.
Drove off and hit a tree.
You actually thought you saw a Jesus cloud.
Yeah.
And because you had just come out of church, there was the sun glowing behind
and
it.
I put my hands up to accept my blessing.
Of course.
Lost control.
Yeah.
And then when I got out the car.
Lost control, but gained control.
My heart was filled.
You see?
I was almost too full with Christ.
You see? That's right.
And it was raining when I got out my truck. So I'm like, I'm not standing here in the rain.
Right.
I'm going to head on home.
Right. Jesus will watch over my truck.
Jesus took me home. He had a Camaro.
Your weather. It's partly cloudy in South Florida. It's in the 80s tonight. Will be in the 70s. That is brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
All right, Chris Whittingham is going to join us in the next segment here on National Baloney Day.
Y'all have to get. What is
Every now and then I just catch a glimpse of the show sheet. Try to throw in a non sequitur that you might not be expecting.
I wasn't expecting Baloney Day. Hey, man.
You think Whittingham has ever had a bologna sandwich?
No.
I've never had a bologna sandwich.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And y'all are too high class.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitty grew up nice.
I don't think kids eat bologna anymore,
I've
though.
never had bologna.
Yeah, see, I think that was like, my dad used to love bologna, but bologna's the cheapest cold cut that you can buy.
Ears and hooves.
But he grew up with no money, and he had bologna sandwiches. And I think a lot of kids, who grew up in the 70s like me, parents still fed them bologna sandwiches. My parents didn't, but we did have bologna in the house. I would submit most people do not have. Jimmy, call Oscar Mayer and see what the bologna sales are from like the 70s to 80s to now. All right.
I called them, but they're full of bologna.
Hey,
Jimmy.
That was excellent. That was really good. That was delightful.
Well, at Tootsie's, you won't get bologna, but you will get delicious food, man. Y'all get out to Tootsie's Cabaret. Been going there since 2005. I'm going to be going there till 2045. It is the largest strip club in the world. It is so much fun. Noon to 6 a.m., you got 18 hours of beautiful entertainers, food specials, $100 bottles, half price drinks until 8 p.m. every single day. It has 2 levels. I'm always upstairs against the wall. If you've been there when I was there, everybody knows where I sit. They have a complete restaurant. The food is delicious. It's not bar food. It is a complete restaurant. They have a big menu, fried lobster. They have fried rice. It's just so much food. You're not talking about just, hey, get something to eat. It is top quality meals, top quality food, full liquor bars, and secure parking. You got to get to Tootsie's Cabaret. And during game days, during football season is amazing. During game days, no cover on game days, during the game before 6 p.m., half-price drinks, and no cover all night. All night if you bring your Canes or Fins tickets to the game, and Hard Rock Stadium is right around the corner. You can pregame there before the game, tailgate at Tootsie's before the game, or after the game. I want to send the traffic, head to Tootsie's, get you a couple hours in, traffic dies down, and then you ride home happy, and you enjoyed yourself. And during Sunday's games, those 1 o'clock games, there is a $10 tailgate takeover noon to 5 p.m., $10 for chicken wings, smash burger fries, fried shrimp or fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos. Only $10 on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m. You can't beat the food. You can't beat the drinks. You can't beat the beautiful entertainers. Y'all have to hit up Tootsie's Cabaret. Go to tootsiescabaret.com for more information.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You have Tua. You can make Tua tartar.
All right, before we continue on here on National Bologna Day, Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game or a fight. You got HD TVs throughout the club, VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And Cheetah Pompano has the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. I was there last Friday. I had the lunch at Cheetah, and I got to tell you, that eclipsed this Friday. Because last Friday I had lunch and spent a couple hours at Cheetah Pompano, and then we had a 1-hour show. And now I didn't have lunch at the Cheetah today, and we're on till 6. I mean, really a tale of 2 Fridays. What's better than college and pro football, girls and beer every Sunday and Monday night? Enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano Beach. And Cheetah Pompano Beach and Cheetah Palm Beach are having their Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun party Wednesday the 29th. That's this coming Wednesday. There will be $250 cash prize for the costume contest, gold VIP card giveaways, a spooktacular free lunch, 11:30 till 3, and you receive free admission if you wear a costume that day. Next Wednesday, Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com. Chris Whittingham is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Chris Whittingham, soccer broadcaster for CBS and MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Tonight, Inter Miami begins their run in the MLS Cup playoffs. The game kicks off at 8 p.m. It's available on Apple TV as well as FS1. And Whitty will be on the call for 2 games tomorrow. In Italy, it's 2 versus 3 as Inter Milan visits Napoli, and that's on Paramount Plus. And then in Mexico, Cruz Azul hosts Monterrey at 11 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network. Whitty is all over the globe tomorrow.
That's impressive.
How about that? I mean, that's a lot of preparation, Whitty.
It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of travel as well, going from Stanford to Italy and then Italy to Monterrey, as you say. A well done rolling of the R's, sir.
The as we call a trilling of the R's, if you want to be perfect about that's trilling your R if you do the roll.
Is that really the verb for it?
That is a
That sounds like a very
R.
Gen Z TikTok word.
No. That is a very 70s, 80s word.
Yeah, it sounds like an adjective. That's so trill.
6, 7.
Trill.
Anyway, Chris Whittingham has a very busy day ahead of him tomorrow.
Bun B has Trill Burger.
Bun B. Look at you.
His burger joint is called Trill Burger.
Bun B. There's no chance Whitty or Solana know Bun B.
No idea what you're on about.
Rapper?
He knows Good Burger.
That also you're right. That does sound like a rapper.
It is a rapper. Let me talk expectations for Inter Miami and I want to talk about the Messi contract, obviously. But what are the expectations for Inter Miami? They had the first round exit last season, and I don't know what the expectations are this season. And how important is it for Leo Messi to win an MLS championship? I don't know. Is it important at all to him? I honestly don't. Like, does he need that for something like to
for legacy? No,
his to justify the MLS contract and everything that the league has done to bring him in.
Totally. Within the context of MLS, I do think he kind of has to win something. I think it would be viewed as, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo's in Saudi Arabia. He's yet to win a league title there. I think it's viewed as a bit of a disappointment that he hasn't done. I think it's a bit of a disappointment if Messi leaves Miami not having won the thing that is the biggest prize. Yeah, they won Leagues Cup. Yeah, they won the Supporter Shield last year, but the prize is to win at the end of the playoffs. That is what every American defines as sporting success in every other sport. They have to go do it. And when you ask me, what are the expectations are to win everything, to win every tournament that they've been in, other than maybe the Club World Cup this summer, where it was kind of nice that we're here, but ultimately, are we really going to go and beat PSG? Probably not. So I think within MLS context, getting to a Leagues Cup final and losing, struggling throughout the regular season so you can't win the Supporter Shield, going out in the semifinal of the CONCACAF Champions Cup to Vancouver, I think ultimately is a disappointment for Inter Miami over the breadth of the season, and they can make up for it by going and winning the thing that they are meant to win. So, yes, I think the only expectation for this team with this amount of talent is going and winning it all.
And he'll be 41 in 2028. Will he be playing, or is this contract kind of he's around? We're building this new stadium. Is it a visual contract, but not a on the field contract?
It's one of those where I think you have to wait and see how he's performing, because he is going to be the league MVP again at 38. And do we really see an enormous drop off from one year to the next? And so if he gets to next year and he's still playing well, he'll probably want to keep going. And then you get to the next year, and if he's still playing well, maybe he'll want to keep going. So I think it is almost entirely dependent on his level of performance. I don't think he'll ever want to get to the stage where he's coming off the bench or he's not quite as good. Maybe injuries play a role. He sort of had sort of a persistent injury record over his time in MLS. But I think as long as he's playing well, he's going to keep going. And I think as well, the comps to Cristiano Ronaldo will remain. And Cristiano Ronaldo is still playing. He's 40. He's going to be starting at the World Cup probably next summer for Portugal at 41. And so I do think that sort of constant comparison, that back and forth, does suggest that there is a chance that he will keep playing. But I do think the moment that he starts to feel it, that he starts to not perform as well as he had been before, or if he's not dominating MLS like he has been over the last 2 years by winning back-to-back league MVPs, I would expect that maybe he would start to think about maybe going. I also think there is sort of the regeneration of all of the friends around him. Obviously, we've seen Busquets and Jordi Alba announce their retirements. If a new generation of people come in and they're sort of suitable to Messi as well, maybe he'll want to keep going as well. Rodrigo de Paul being kind of the first of that next generation, as it were. So I think as long as he's playing well, I think he's going to keep going.
Just to go back to Hawk's question, does he need it for his legacy, Woody? You answered it perfectly. No, he doesn't need it for his legacy outside of the confines of the MLS. But I do think it's fair to say they care about this. They cared last year to win the Supporter Shield. They cared enough to a certain extent to go find a manager that they were more comfortable with. I think there's a little bit more at play there. But the way that they do play on the field, when all of them are available, they wanted to get the Supporter Shield last year. They did. The way they left the field last year against Atlanta United, I was there. I mean, Suarez and Messi were clearly frustrated with how the game ended. And the way that they lost in the Leagues Cup final this year, I know Suarez is a lunatic, not to defend him, but you could see they were genuinely invested in winning that again together, and they fell short of it, and it all boiled over into off-the-field antics. I do think there's this notion of they don't really care, they're bigger than this from the outside world, but I don't think it's the right representation of how they truly feel.
Agreed. I think their legacies are cemented, but that doesn't mean that you want to stop winning or that you're no longer competitive. I think that's the number one thing that they have brought that has made this sort of a worthwhile and fun experience is, yeah, it's Lionel Messi at the end of his career, but he still cares. He still wants to go and win. He still, as you say, is very angry when they don't. And that's every single game, because you have to remember he's coming from teams where, I mean, Barcelona in their heyday would win 31 or 32 of their 38 games a year. They would win something like 80 to 85% of their games. In MLS, they're probably winning 60 to 65% of their games now because it's just a harder league, the parity, the travel, and all that. It is the rules legislate that the teams are more competitive. They finished third in the East this year when they would normally expect to be top of every league that they ever finish in. So I do think that there absolutely is that level of frustration. So to your point, I don't think necessarily for the legacy of it, but I think he would be, embarrassed might be too strong of a word. I think he would be really disappointed if he didn't come here and win something major. It would sort of be an indication that maybe isn't just that simple as Messi strolls in and everything is fine. I think there are other issues that maybe even you can point the finger of blame towards Messi in terms of, as you say, the managerial changes, the player changes, the roster changes. We know that Lionel Messi has a lot of power. And so I think if it doesn't turn out that he goes and wins this MLS Cup, it might turn out to be almost an indictment of him in the team. So I think he's going to really care about going and winning this thing. And the thing is that in this first round, they have home field advantage. But if they win and everything is to chalk, they'll have to go on the road, potentially all the way through MLS Cup final.
Quickly, because we're going to be out of time here, and I want to ask you something. Has the contract, because he signed the new one, has the signing of Leo Messi been everything that Inter Miami needed it to be, MLS needed it to be. Biggest signing in MLS history, I'm guessing. He's got now this new contract for the next few seasons, so they get the new stadium. He'll be part of it. Has it worked out to be everything everyone thought it would be, championship aside?
I think it has mostly been what everyone wanted it to be. I still think that he commands a level of attention. If you look at any social media highlights of anything he does, it's millions of views, it's millions of likes, it's millions of everything. I do wonder at times, maybe in a world in which, you know, you're on Apple TV, are you driving that level of interest in subscriptions to Apple TV and everything? I think maybe there is sort of a hope that it could have been a little bit bigger, but I think if they go on and go to the final of this competition and they play, let's say, LAFC, who have a new big star in Sung Heung Min, and I think that could be a potentially massive game. I think within MLS, because they went out of the first round of the playoffs last year, because they didn't make it the year before, we haven't really seen playoff momentum with Messi yet, which could absolutely be sort of a force multiplier. So I think there are most of the indicators, you would say. I still think that there are moments, even today, if you go and look at the ticket sales for the game today, I'm not certain that, like, I would have thought it's Lionel Messi if, you know, someone in your position would think to talk about him most days, or the local media would think to talk about him the most days. But the Panthers won back-to-back Stanley Cups. The Dolphins and the Hurricanes are still enormous attention generators. And Miami, even with the greatest player in the history of the world's most popular sport, are still struggling at times for attention within their local market. And so, yes, I think he has absolutely delivered a level of performance and a level of interest that is above and beyond what has happened previously in MLS, but hasn't been the absolute grand slam home run. I think it's been more of a triple than a home run to date. If they go and win the championship, I think that could change.
Tonight, again, Inter Miami begins their run. The game kicks off at 8. It's available from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Game is available on Apple TV and FS1. And Witty tomorrow has 2 different games to call. One on Paramount Plus, another one on CBS Sports Network. Inter Milan and Napoli on Paramount Plus, Cruz Azul and Monterrey on CBS Sports Network. Have you ever had a bologna sandwich?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yes.
Do you keep bologna in the fridge?
No. I probably haven't had bologna since I was 11, maybe.
Yeah, that's like a kid's. That's like a lunch sandwich on a couple of pieces of white bread untoasted.
I met with these people. They don't seem like bologna people.
Right. How'd you end up with bologna? It was a rough week at the Whittingham household.
No. I think my dad is
bit of spent too much on the lottery tickets that week.
My dad is a bit of a bologna person, or at least we were.
My dad was a big bologna person, but he liked fried bologna. He liked it. My mom put bologna on the skillet and fried it up.
Who like fried pork? It's fried pork.
One other question, Witty. Yesterday was Weird Al Yankovic's birthday. Are you a Weird Al guy?
Yes. I mean, I suppose I was. Everyone, I think, I don't want to say everyone.
I was at one point.
I think a lot of people have a phase. I think there's a phase where you're like, wait a second, what is this guy doing? And there was a moment where he was sort of generating, I guess, Riding Dirty, the parody of the Chameleonaire song. It was like, wait a second, who is this guy?
And that.
Right, exactly. And it was sort of the entree into everything.
Amish Paradise, you probably loved Amish Paradise.
For sure. I loved all that stuff. I probably haven't like actually had it on a Spotify or anything like that in probably 10 to 15 years. But yes, I absolutely had my Weird Al phase.
Would you go see him in concert? He tours.
Yeah. I actually think he might have been playing the stadium which is closest to me in Bridgeport, but I didn't go. I should go. It seems like a fun time.
I actually, shameful admission, watched on YouTube a Weird Al concert a few months ago because I had read that he doesn't do any of the songs that anyone wants him to sing, that he's like fancies himself a musician and he wants to play originals.
Come on.
So I watch this concert on YouTube just for that observational viewpoint. He sprinkles in these hits that you want to see, like Amish Paradise, but it's every 4th song with the 3 songs in between being stuff that I just, no one knows what it is.
Originals?
Some originals, it was.
He's into like polka music, right?
Yeah, well, he's an accordion player.
Right.
Yeah.
His whole thing, I mean, his whole career is a zag. So you can't really be that surprised that as a performer, his whole thing is a zag.
You know what? That's a great call. That's a great call. Like, what? I got expectations with Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
The
Because
guy
people,
saying
the,
his
the people
beard.
want to hear white and nerdy. Yeah.
Right. I want to hear Like a Surgeon. I want to hear My Bologna, which was his first big hit to the Knacks. My Sharona. Anyone?
What are you talking
Anyone?
about?
You
has ever
sound way
seen
too
what
excited about this.
I
The
love
Max
My
My
Bologna.
Sharona.
Dr. Demento used to play it on the Dr. Demento show. Does anyone understand what I'm saying?
Who?
If it's, whatever, I didn't understand what Whitty was saying for the last 10 minutes. So just giving it back to him. Again, Inter Miami tonight, Apple TV and FS1. Have some good calls tomorrow. Whitty, appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, Hawk. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Chris Whittingham. 4 o'clock hour is coming up. Mike Wallace is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. You've got Heat and Grizzlies tonight. So we'll talk some basketball with Mike Wallace. Do not go anywhere.
Y'all better not go another day living with any chronic pain. The South Florida's QC Kinetic doctors are standing by to show you how your own body can treat that pain without the need of drugs or surgery. I tell you, I've had a bunch of surgeries. Surgeons wake up in the morning. Their names are surgeons. They want to do surgery, and doctors will give you those scripts for drugs. Try regenerative medicine. And QC Kinetics is at the forefront nationwide of this innovative chronic pain relieving treatment system. It's not just me that has been healed, thousands and thousands of people, but it helped me. I broke my heels. There were doctors telling me double boots, double cast, in a wheelchair for 3 months. I couldn't do that. I walked out, went to QC Kinetics. I got my PRP shots. First treatment, I limped in, I walked out. Healing lasers, second treatment, I was back playing with the kids again, running around, football, basketball, working out. You got to go to QC Kinetics and see what they can do for you. Call and make an appointment today. The arthritis, the tendon pain, the joint pain, call and make an appointment. QC Kinetics. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's the number, 844-777-3436. Tell them Crowder sent you down there, and you receive a free consultation and $500 off your first treatment. You got to call QC Kinetics, and they're everywhere. They're expanding because it works. Brand new office on Southeast 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. Don't replace it. Regenerate it at QC Kinetics. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You don't know Ski Mask, the slump god?
I do not.
My Bologna.
This isn't Bun B.
My Bologna. Crank it up, Jimmy. My. Woo! My Bologna. Weird Al from the 70s or the 80s, maybe 1980.
They like this.
Oh my God, this was like the first of the first. Because the Knack, My Sharona, came out in 1979. Crank it back up, Jimmy. It's a great find by you.
So Hawk didn't ask for this?
No.
I directly text you, play Bun B. And you went and found My Baloney.
My Bologna.
You're a racist.
Again, I am not.
Listen to that accordion. Crank it up.
That's just a disgusting little song.
My Bologna.
What are they talking about?
Bologna. Crank it up, Jimmy.
Yeah, you were a bad little kid. How old were you in 78?
This wasn't 78. This was like 80.
How old were you in 80?
12, 11.
Oh, and you were listening to this?
My Bologna.
Yeah, you were setting the barn on fire.
No,
All
that
kinds
was
of
you.
Fireworks.
Let's see. What year did Weird Al Yankovic, My Bologna, get released? 1983. 1983.
I was born.
Look at that. It's a parody of the Knack's 1979 hit My Sharona, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
No.
You've never heard that song before?
You've heard My Sharona.
Like like that song, it didn't jog.
No.
Really?
No, I didn't know what he was playing.
For sure, man.
Oh, you've heard My Sharona.
My
for
Sharona?
Sure.
In
Yeah.
Gainesville, they must have played My Sharona every night while you were at a bar
Solana, it
in
was-
Florida.
2003.
Yeah, but I know that song.
Yeah,
Because you hang with weirdos.
it's considered like a seminal 80s song, but it was really 1979. Do you have the Knack, My Sharona back there?
You'll find that.
Knack.
Never find Bun B.
Wouldn't even know where to look.
Bun B. It's a simple name.
Take it off program 4. Take it off program 4.
It's a great song. You have to know this song.
That's a nice little beat.
Well, it's the song you just heard. This is the original.
Todd Sharona.
What?
Right?
My Sharona.
He said
Yeah,
Todd.
but then he changed it. Todd Sharona.
Ty Sharona. Is that what you're saying?
Todd Sharona.
Todd Sharona?
Todd Sharona.
All right. Football Friday. Unbelievable with you guys.
Isn't that?
Rock the Ocean's iconic music festival Tortuga returns to Fort Lauderdale Beach next April with Post Malone, Riley Green, Kenny Chesney, maybe the Knack. Who knows? I don't know if they're still doing it. We're giving you a chance to win 3-day passes for you and a friend. If you want to enter, go to the contest page at WQAM.com and register right there. Headlines on this Football Friday brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Some of the stuff that's been going on in the NBA is crazy off the court stuff, but the stuff going on the floor is crazy as well. I don't know how many of you guys watched either of the two games last night. Yeah, the NBA Finals rematch, which was a lot closer than most people expected, and then Steph Curry doing unbelievable things last
Did you
night.
see his game-tying shot?
He's special.
I mean, ridiculous. It's like, and that seems like something that can age gracefully. You know, you watch a lot of basketball players and you go, well, that game can't age gracefully. He's going to have to change his game. That game ages gracefully.
Shooting threes ages gracefully. Steph Curry is 37 years old.
Wild.
The pace he plays at without the ball, I'm talking about when he's not shooting, to run the amount he does just to find space is unbelievable for a 37-year-old.
But that's just he doesn't bang though. That's just cardio. Like as long as he stays in good cardio shape,
But Hoch, I would disagree. Maybe he's not banging down low with 7-footers, fine. But the contact he's constantly taking, the way defenders are allowed to put their body on him, grab him, keep him from going around pin downs, around screens. I'm telling you, just watch Steph Curry, even when he's not shooting, even when he's having off nights, the entire Warrior system is to get Steph Curry open.
What did Jimmy do last night?
Pretty good game.
Did he?
Yeah,
Again?
pretty good game.
He's playing basketball, not standing in the damn corner.
Hit his over. I'm guessing it was like 18.5.
I don't know if he hit the over, but I think he did because he had a couple big 3-pointers late in the game as well. He's hooping out there.
Let's see.
Jimmy Butler had 21 points, 5 boards, 6 assists.
Probably hit the over.
Yeah, he's hooping.
Damn it.
No over.
You guys saw Aaron Gordon?
Mm-mm.
Hit 10 threes last night. Had
He
50
did?
points.
Oh, yeah. Because it was Terry Rozier's record.
The last time that a player had
It was.
10 threes in a debut game of the season couldn't have been any more perfect.
It was perfect.
They're saying the script writers are hard at work in the NBA.
Guarantee he took his over
Yeah,
that
that
game.
was excellent.
So tonight, the Heat, they're in Memphis. I know we'll talk about it coming up in the next segment. The only players on the injury report for Miami, same 2 guys or 3. Tyler Hero, Kasparis Yakuchonis, they're out. Terry Rozier, not with the team. We all know why. John Morant is still questionable with left ankle soreness, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is questionable with right ankle soreness. That's your Grizzlies update for tonight.
All right.
The Florida Panthers did lose yesterday.
Yep.
They'll play tomorrow.
All right.
They've got Vegas coming to South Florida. The Dolphins are going to be without, the injury report is out. I don't know if you saw it, but the Dolphins are going to be without several players. Darren Waller is included in that list. Julian Hill is included in that list as well. Jason Marshall is questionable for the game, dealing with a hamstring injury. Aaron Brewer participated fully in practice today. That's pretty much your biggest update. I know Elijah Campbell was limited yesterday. He was a full participant today, but Jason Marshall Jr. is questionable. Julian Hill is out.
All right. Michael Penix, still questionable, I guess, officially.
Yeah, Michael Penix is
Yeah,
questionable for the game. Zach Harrison, questionable. Jordan Fuller, their safety, questionable. And Tyler Algier is questionable for the game. He's dealing with a hip and knee injury.
Jalen Waddle's going to play, though. We knew he had the hamstrings.
Expected to play.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Kyle Pitts. What Lil OG did to us, and now we have to double Drake London, and we have linebackers on him. I'm worried about Michael Pitts.
Well, be
I mean,
more
Kyle
worried
Pitts,
about Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, when they want to give him a break from running for 20, a touch.
Falcons have a guy named Felipe Franks
He's
on their team.
Quarterback from Florida.
He's a tight end?
He moved to tight end.
Really?
They
Yeah.
motion him and run him under center real fast to get people to jump off sides.
What is he, Taysom Hill all of a
He's-
sudden?
He's huge. He's like 6'6".
I remember his first preseason game was in Miami. He tore his ACL.
Hmm.
He came back. Now he converted a tight end.
Yep.
Tim Tebow. That's what you guys do up in UF.
He's not Tim Tebow. He's just a tight end that draws people off sides. He doesn't really have a package.
The Hurricanes are going to play Stanford tomorrow, 7 p.m. Hard Rock Stadium.
29.5 or 30.5 it was up to. But they, you know what I think I'm going to bet is the team total over. They have to, and again, Mario doesn't do it. We talked with Gino about it. Like, that's not Mario's strong suit, is to run up a total or put an offensive explosion together, but they need it. Carson Beck needs it.
Mhm.
Like, they need to put up a ton of points. So I think I'm going to bet Hurricanes team total over, which was maybe 37.5. I'll look right now.
But you know, that would be being up by 21 and still coming out with Carson 5 wide and throwing the ball around.
And they need to.
But that's not what Mario does.
I
You get
know.
up by 21, he's going to run the ball. 13 plays, 9 runs, take 7 minutes off the clock.
That's why I'm not comfortable with the 30.5-point spread, and I'm more comfortable with the actual team total, which is 37.5.
Yeah, because the 28. They got 28 against FSU. They can get 37. They scored 49 and 43 this year, something like that.
DBJ worried me a little bit yesterday because I said, how can the Canes get back to running the football? And he's like, well, let me correct you. Stanford is the best rush defense Miami's going to face through the first, 6 games, whatever it's been. I don't know. That kind of worried me just a little bit. The idea that the Hurricanes are just going to come out there following Carson Beck's 4-interception game and just put up points freely. He made it seem like that's not the case here.
Oh, the Stranger Things trailer has just been released.
The 4 movies they're putting out? You told me something real weird.
8 movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes. 4 will be released
to hour and a half to 2 hours each episode.
4 will be released at once, and then the other 4 will be released like a month later in late December. Each of them are at least an hour long.
I saw the
hour and a half.
The little chubby face boy still has no facial hair.
No, he does not.
That has to be LASIK or something.
He's got
laser.
LASIK. LASIK.
Laser therapy.
No, he had LASIK on his cheeks. That's a good call.
If you have LASIK on your cheeks, I'm
You're
guaranteeing.
the one who suggested he had LASIK.
No hair's growing back.
I'd rather have LASIK on my cheeks than whatever the hell you're growing on your chin.
Look at you, scruffy little garbage you got on your face.
We've missed having the open mic in the back with Jimmy because he's a good laugher.
Yeah.
You need to keep your mic open, Jimmy. But then you can't start scrolling on YouPorn on that other computer if your mic is open all show long. I know what happens during the interview segments.
Jimmy looks like he makes noises.
Well, he is a heavy breather. You'll hear if he keeps his mic on for the segment, you'll hear the
yeah. You got asthma?
No, he's watching YouPorn.
Oh, that's an enjoyment breath.
Not so funny when it's directed at you, huh, Jimbo?
You turned that mic off.
Hey, I could take it.
Yeah, okay. You love that segment yesterday about me being a pedophile. You love that segment.
No one suggested that. We were just curious why you were in Carline.
There's a guy that goes to my gym, listens to the show, looked at me this morning, said, I won't even talk about it. I said, talk to you Monday, Jeff. All right. Couple NFL games. I'll give you the lines just to wrap up headlines. 1 p.m. San Francisco at Houston. Houston kind of looks rough, man. -2. Houston at home.
All right.
Cincy, they play the Jets. That's why I suggested they're going to be 4-4, right? They're not losing to the Jets at home. They're
although
6-point
if
favorites.
the Jets are going to win a game, well, no, I guess not with Flacco. Who was the guy that was? I was thinking it was.
The backup for the sorry one
came in. It was terrible.
Jake
Burrow's backup, Browning.
Oh
man, Tua got him. You take Browning over Tua?
I mean, not career-wise, but this season.
Oh, hell no. Tua got Browning.
I don't know.
The Colts host the Titans. It's the biggest spread I've seen this year.
It's 14?
15.
15.
15 in the NFL. Boy, you got to be garbage.
We did say their team is ass.
Yeah.
It's a direct quote.
I mean, Tua gets in all kinds of trouble for saying that he can't do what Josh Allen does. Cam Ward goes, my team is ass. Everyone's celebrating. Look at the candor. Look at the candor. I mean, come on, people. At least be consistent.
That's the better way to deal with it.
I'm ass is what Tua should have said.
Yes. I'm not saying, if we come to team meetings, we'll be better. No, we're ass right now.
He also didn't follow it up the next week with say, I can't spot my wide receivers. That's tough.
Too little. It's big guys in front of me.
And Dolphins will play in Atlanta on Sunday. The rest of your schedule, World Series tonight, Game 1. And the other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys, Tyreek Hill opened up about a couple things with Tron Armstead. I don't know if you saw. He called Tua a great leader.
Mhm.
He had his back. And then he kind of sounded like he's contemplating retirement, which I guess shouldn't be too surprising, but
He ain't retiring.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll play for the Dolphins, but
I don't know if it's his decision.
why? You think it's a career-ending injury?
It's just his style of play with having every ligament in your knee torn and your knee cap dislocated. It's what happened to Dante Culpepper. You see how garbage he was when he came back, and he was a statue quarterback.
Yeah.
Tyreek, a 4-2 guy that stops on a dime, he's not stopping on a dime on that leg anymore. Now, I hope I'm wrong,
Yeah,
but I don't
fair.
think he's stopping on dimes anymore.
We shouldn't believe anything he says either, because he's one of these guys who just whatever's in his mind at the time he'll say.
Well, that's the whole thing.
He doesn't think about you know the repercussions of his words, but he did say, "quote I'm happy with the career that I've had. I love playing football. I love it, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot on you mentally. It takes a lot on you physically. I'm at the point now where I need to have a conversation with mom, family, everybody. Wherever my mind is at the time, the decision will be made. But I know right now I haven't had time to live in the moment."
All right.
He'll get injury payout, but he's not getting $100 million contracts anymore.
No, he'll probably, my guess is if he doesn't come back to the Dolphins, he'll do a 1-year contract that's kind of a prove it to us deal, betting on himself.
Yeah.
That he'll be able to show out for that season and then get another big contract.
When he's ready to come back, he'll sign with the Chiefs. I think that seems like
I think that's what he would want to do.
Yeah.
He had some brighter times over there.
And then Tua goes there as a backup quarterback, and they all win a Super Bowl together.
And
The Chad Henne route.
Andy Reid would retire.
Don't discount it.
Your weather right now in South Florida, it is partly cloudy tonight. The lows are going to drop into the low 70s. That's brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
Mike Wallace from Grind City Media used to cover the Heat for ESPN. We enjoy talking basketball with him, and since it's Heat Grizzlies tonight, he's going to join us in the next segment. I want to talk about Perfect Choice Roofing. Our friends from Perfect Choice Roofing were here yesterday. Had a delightful lunch with them downstairs at the Citadel, and they came up, saw the studios. If you need a new roof or a roof repair, contact my guy, Party Peter, at Perfect Choice Roofing. They really have you covered, and all you have to do is remember the website, roofhotline.com. Perfect Choice Roofing offers instant range estimating, meaning you can get a price range of your new roof within 30 seconds and see different roof options as well, all at the same time, just by visiting roofhotline.com. Maybe you don't need an entire new roof. Maybe you need some repairs. Any homeowner knows, by the way, you don't want to let a little roof problem become a big roof problem, because you're going from a minor problem that can be fixed easily into a major problem that'll end up costing you more as well. So if you have a little bit of a roof problem, take care of it now. Go to roofhotline.com. Party Peter and roofhotline.com. They've got you covered. There is no job they can't do. You want a reliable company, a reputable company, a nice company that you feel confident working with. It is Perfect Choice Roofing. And again, you find them at roofhotline.com, whether it's an entire new roof or just a repair. Party Peter and Perfect Choice Roofing have you covered. Visit that website, roofhotline.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
You guys see new Mozart is dropping soon?
He's dead.
I think you may have stumped me on the music, Jimmy. I don't know what this is.
This is Dance Dance by Fallout Boy.
This is not my era.
Mike Wallace doesn't like it.
Yeah, don't we usually do Smooth Operator coming in for Mike Wallace?
Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault.
No.
I should have reminded.
Jimmy doesn't play black music.
Well, that is true.
That is not true.
It's true. When's the last one?
I think there may have been a black member of the NAC. All right, Mike Wallace in a second. I want to tell you first about my good friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Right now, you can choose from a huge select. You actually have time to get Smooth Operator. And when I finish the commercial, Jimmy, and then Mike Wallace comes on, you can prove everyone wrong. My good friends, the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia, they will take great care of you. They took great care of us. My son got his Kia K4 at Doral Kia from Mitchell, the king of Kias. They will take great care of you. Right now, you can choose from a huge selection of Kia models like Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride with over 500 new Kias in their inventory. All you have to do is just pick the color you want. Nobody sells for less. They've got flexible financing options. They'll get you the best rates possible on the new Kia of your dreams. Why pay more? Save money and pay less. The great deals are at Doral Kia. All right, let's bring on Mike Wallace, Jimmy.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
No Smooth Operator? What happened?
Can't play it. It's against his rules.
There we go. Oh. Take it back, Crowder.
See?
Mike Wallace. All right, that's enough. Mike Wallace is the senior editor and analyst for Grind City Media at Grizzlies.com. Heat Grizzlies tonight in Memphis. You can hear the game right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Mike has covered the Heat and the NBA for many years on ESPN. He's been with the Grizzlies probably a decade now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a minute. He's a longtime friend of the show. You know it's hoop season when he's back on with us. By the way, before I officially bring you on, Mike, the Miami Heat are offering fans value deals like a $60 pizza deal, 4 pizzas, chips, waters, and a $40 hot dog deal. $40 for Glizzies? I mean, the time of your life. 4 hot dogs, popcorn, and drinks. Grab-and-go stands on the 400 level also have $3 sodas, $8 beers, and $3 snacks. Kids can enjoy $15 Bernie meals with a hot dog or chicken nuggets, a souvenir cup, fruit snacks, and a silicone bracelet. But I got to tell you, your kid's not going to be happy with fruit at the end of their meal at the arena. I know, or Heat, you're trying to do a nice little thing there, but we want the popcorn and the peanuts. I can speak for the kids. For more info on the food and beverage deals, visit CaseaCenter.com. Hello, Mike.
Man, oh man, it's a blessing to hear from you guys, man. I was insulted because we were a little shaky on my music coming in.
Yeah, we got it straightened out. Right? Got it straightened out. It's been a minute.
Hey, y'all done forgot about your boy, man. Y'all done got Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Crowder's out there wearing makeup on TV now and crying with Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? You know, Solana was just forgetting about a brother when I come to Miami last week, and then. Man, what can I say, man? You just continue to do your thing, man. But it's good to be back with you guys. I miss y'all, man, for sure.
We've missed talking to you. And I was telling Crowder and Solana, you know, I don't usually pay too much attention to the beginning of the season because, you know, I'm still in football mode or whatever. But I had money on it. But that opening game with OKC and Houston was so good. The OKC Golden State game last night was great. The first 3 nights of the season overall, I think, have been fantastic. This Victor Wembanyama, if he stays healthy, this dude's going to run away with the MVP award. So what are your thoughts on the first few days of the NBA season?
Having said all of those things, you know, all of those things are true, and 2 things can be true. But the fact of the matter is, Cash Patel is controlling the NBA right now in terms of storyline, right? Because when you're talking about, you know, what's going on with, and obviously in Miami, it's impacting with Terry Rozier, and then you have a standing NBA head coach
that was locked up, and now he's suspended. 2 guys are suspended until the FBI investigation concludes. Now, all of the amazing things that are happening on the court, you still have this cloud hanging over you off the court. So between those 2 things, man, the NBA is as compelling as it's ever been. And you're absolutely right, man. Victor Wembanyama is just out of this world for what he's doing. And San Antonio is going to be on the fast track to be very competitive in the West for sure.
And Mike, speaking about the FBI investigations, I know it steals the storyline, so we talked about it for days now. But does it really affect the NBA bottom lines or viewership or anything like that?
I think it do. I think it does, man, because Crowder, here's the thing that I struggle with. And I heard, I want to say TNT so bad because I've been watching them on TNT for all of these years, but the new ESPN Inside the NBA crew, Charles, Ernie, Shaq, and those guys, as they touched on, the other night, this thing is sort of speaks to the hypocrisy because you're coming down hard and there's federal indictments and investigations and all these things going on for gambling. But yet every other commercial is about a gambling, a parlay and the NBA is so embedded with these gambling sites and these gambling businesses and companies now that it's kind of hard to practice one thing and then preach another. So it's understandable that some of these guys, for whatever reason, they make millions of dollars, but they still get caught up in some of these real live things that are going on. So yes, it is overshadowing, to a certain extent what's going on in the NBA because we're all skeptical. We watch the games, and then as soon as the commercial comes on, we're reminded about the gambling connection to the league. So it's tough. It's just a tough dichotomy when you look at it from that standpoint. It's separating fact from fiction, but again, the NBA is exciting. It's a lot of things going on, but there's still this cloud that's going to always be there if you're going to operate like this.
There's a lot of people down here, Mike, who are trying to figure out how does the league handle this, and it's unprecedented. Regarding Terry Rozier, if the league knew that some of this stuff was at play during their internal investigations going back to March of 2023, how did the Heat go about this? And I think there's more layers to it. There's more names starting to kind of come to light now. In your mind, like, is there some way we can look at this and say, hey, here's how we expect the league to go about it? Because again, it's unprecedented. And right now, I would say, the league doesn't look great. And again, we don't know everything, so it's not fair to just take out Adam Silver right now. But they certainly don't look great in the early stages of this thing.
No, because now you're talking about, we're just not even really all the way through the LA Clippers situation with Kawhi Leonard. That still hasn't been resolved. And now you have this other thing that, listen, this didn't just break today. Like, this investigation was going on for years. And, when you're at the NBA level, and Crowder knows this from the NFL, like these high level leagues and these high level league executive offices, they partner with federal agencies when it comes to these kind of things coming up, whether it's antitrust or whether it's player involvement or whatever it is. There's some overlap there. So it's not like, Silver and the league weren't informed about what was coming and what was going on all of this time. The Heat, their hands are tied. Really, it's one of those situations where they can't really make a ruling or anything. The league had to come in and announce the suspension with Rozier. The league is going to determine how long he's going to be out. The league is going to determine what the Heat can do with their cap space or their roster spot or whatever it has in this situation as relates to Rozier and the injuries and all of those other things that come into play here. So Pat Riley, Andy Ellisberg, and Spoelstra, they really just are in a waiting pattern, a holding pattern when it comes to it. And you just hope that, if anything, Pat Riley and Mickey Arison's influence can put pressure to get this to a resolution, at least from the league, so the Heat can know how to go about operating their rotations, their rosters, and eventually their salary as it relates to this situation.
Let me get back to on the court stuff before we run out of time with you. Heat and Grizzlies tonight. Your Grizzlies. What can the Heat be, I guess, in your opinion, the ceiling for Bam and Norman Powell and Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero when he's healthy and can return? What's their ceiling in your opinion?
Their ceiling is getting into the playoffs, disrupting the East like they did a couple of years ago when Jimmy Butler took them all the way to the NBA Finals. And they were surprised at that point. When they were the number 1 seed, they didn't get all the way there. But when they were the number 8, they got all the way to the finish line and to that degree to get to the finals. So the East is wide open, guys. I mean, absolutely wide open. We talked about the injuries that have taken, Halliburton out, with the Pacers, and obviously Tatum out with the Celtics. And then no one is looking like they're just going to dominate the league. The Knicks knocked off the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are always injured. The Knicks still have to prove it under a first-year head coach. The teams that have that continuity, like Miami, they have a chance that they can get healthy, stay relatively healthy. They could be a huge threat. I won't bet against Spoelstra, especially if that lineup comes together against anyone in the East right now, especially with the way the East is shaping up.
Can Norman Powell be that guy? Because we even saw they kept up with the Orlando Magic, but they got in the fourth quarter, end of the fourth. It's been our problem for a couple years now. We don't have that closer.
Mm-hmm.
Like Solana's selling me on Norman Powell. I don't know because his name's Norman. I don't know if I look down on Normans, but like could he go out there and get you 8 with 2 minutes left to win the game?
Norman ain't Ja. Easier to root for a Ja than a Norman.
My man, and this dig at Norman is coming from a guy named Channing.
That's a beautiful
His real name is Randolph. His real name.
I'm telling people my
Randolph.
Government name.
Sadiddy. Randolph Channing is a Sadiddy name.
Hey, but the answer to that question is Powell is. I mean, he should have been an All-Star last year. Some guys are late bloomers, man. In terms of being a scorer and a starter. He can get the job done. He's a lot more trustworthy right now than Andrew Wiggins has been with the Miami Heat. And that's saying a lot because I still think Wiggins has underperformed since he's gotten to Miami. And that's been kind of a sore sensitive subject. I understand that. The Rozier deal is now looking like it was a complete flop. I understand that too. So the Heat can't keep missing on these key guys that they're giving up assets and money to. And that's why a guy like Tyler Hero is looking like he's sitting, in a pretty good spot because now he can bend these guys over a barrel and say, listen, this is why you have to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to need me to get to where you need to get to. But I do think Norman Powell is a certified NBA scorer. He can defend as well, too. He's a good shooter, and he doesn't get rattled. He's consistent as it comes at that swing position. I think he's going to be a good fit for Miami.
It's kind of a weird season in Miami in regards to Eric Spoelstra and the team entering the season, because I know what the Heat are always going to say, it's championship or bust. But the reality is Spo's talking about this being a developmental year. He wants to see Bam Adebayo undergo more of a mentor role in the locker room now, 9 years in the NBA. He's one of the oldest dudes in the locker room. Mike, I mean, it's kind of fascinating to think about the Heat going into a season and Eric Spoelstra seemingly not having high expectations with the way that this season turns out in terms of playoff success.
Yeah, he says that now, and it's easier to say that now. And I was there last week for the preseason game, and I had a chance to personally congratulate Spo for getting the elevation to head coaching the USA Olympic team. He has that perspective now where he knows what his team needs in terms of psychology and psychological motivations. And when you say, hey, the pressure's there, you got to be a championship caliber team, maybe these guys don't respond as well to that. I think they're a little bit easier to operate with when they're the dark horse, and they seem to operate a little bit better than that. You don't have an alpha male personality like you had when there was a Jimmy there or a D Wade or some of those guys. You have guys that you kind of got to coach to that level and to that mentality. So for him to say Bam has to be the leader and take over a leadership role, you never have to assign that. Guys know that in the locker room. And the fact that, Bam is going to be positioned for that means that he has to be goaded into it. So I'm not saying he can't do it, but at the end of the day, he has to be responsible for carrying that culture forward, and it's on him to do it. And he has to have some supporting cast members that he can rely on and stay healthy to take along that ride. But I think he's capable for sure.
And Mike, I got to ask you about John Morant, because I would say 3 years ago, it was like he was the next coming, the dunks he was doing, just the crazy stuff. And now you even look at the rankings and those lists, he's in the mid-20s. Some teams, I think the Ringer had him at 34 best. Is the trouble, like the trouble he got in, is that kind of affecting him? Is he still on a trajectory to be one of those top 10 guys?
He's on a trajectory, and he's coming into this season saying all the right things. I talked to him one-on-one coming into this season. He and I usually do our sit-down right at the beginning of the season. And one of the things I asked him point blank, man, is that, you're 7 years in now. Is this the year where we get to see the complete Ja? And the complete Ja is one that, is not just a great basketball player, but a healthy one who's taking care of his body, someone who's surrounding himself with the right people to help take care of his mindset. and to come in and understand that the league isn't against you. Now it's about you, redefining who you are and what you are. If you want to go from star to superstar, we know the global impact is there. We know that the jersey sales are there. We know that people want to see you play and they respond to everything that you do. But what you got to do now is you got to get to the playoffs consistently and win, like an Anthony Edwards or like a Luka Doncic or like a LeBron James. Or you got to be a factor when it comes playoff time in order to take that next step. And he understands that. He's talked about that. And, again, it's one of those things where it is completely in his hands how far he wants to take this level of play and impact. And we can see it tonight. He's questionable going into the game tonight because of a back-to-back set. He didn't play at all during the preseason. He had 35 points in the season opening win over the Pelicans. So with this back-to-back, he'll either play tonight and sit tomorrow or maybe do it the reverse way. We'll see in about an hour. But I think he is going to come into this season motivated to be that superstar level player that we saw at the very beginning. But he also needs to get to the pivot, though. Y'all got to get him on the pivot some kind of way because the pivot changes people's trajectory, and he needs to be on there at some point. So I'll tell him, man.
We had him on there a couple years ago.
You had John?
I know.
Yeah.
And it went downhill. The trajectory went the other way.
We got to double it up so he can head the other direction. I got you, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs to pivot back the other way now.
Mike Wallace, Grind City Media. You can follow him on Twitter at @MyMikeCheck. I'll give you my keen basketball eye, what I've noticed for the upcoming season. I just want to mark it now, October 24th, because Crowder knows, Solana knows I'm on this. Matas Buzelis, that's the guy to watch this season. All right, enough said.
Of all 450 players in the NBA, you gonna throw Matas Buzelis at us?
That's the guy.
You gonna throw at us?
Matas Buzelis is the game changer.
Mike ain't never heard of him. He plays for the Bulls.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's heard of.
yeah,
He's heard of.
He plays for the Bulls.
Listen,
He plays for the Bulls, and Hoch is full of bullshit.
if you ain't heard of him, you're gonna have heard of him by the end of this season. I also took a flyer. I know we don't want to talk gambling because of all the hoo-ha. I put a little something on Zion Williamson, MVP at plus 15,000. Going to ride it all the way to the bank, and it's going to start tonight against Wemby. He's going to dominate Wemby tonight, Mike.
Damn, man. Who you getting your betting tips from? Terry Rozier, man? You about to get busted, man. Listen, man. I know it's a sensitive subject down there.
They say if you can't see the mark at the table, you're the mark. I'm the mark. Yeah. Mike Wallace. Thanks, Mike. We'll talk to you throughout the season. There you go.
Hey,
Mike.
guys. Love you guys, man. Take care now.
Love you too. Mike Wallace, Grind City Media. Enjoy talking basketball with him. You do have Heat and Grizzlies tonight, which you'll hear on this radio station. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour coming up next.
And we have the home opener coming Sunday. So you want to listen up if you're a Heat fan because you know I love Toro Toro. They're downtown Miami's hottest Pan Latin Steakhouse located right near the Kaseya Center inside the iconic Intercontinental Miami Hotel. It's right there, right along Biscayne Bay. And with Heat season coming around, if you have a game ticket, you get 20% off at the bar menu at Toro Toro. Again, every Heat home game, all you have to do to get 20% off their bar menu is show your game ticket. That 20% is valid pregame, after the game, even during the game. If you choose to get there a little late, maybe you decide to leave a little early, you can go catch that 20% off. That bar menu, it includes foods. I'm about to read you the options, but it also includes cocktails, beers, wines. Again, just show that game ticket. The food, like amarillo ceviche, chicharrón de camarón, short rib tacos, short rib arepas, cachapas, the Toro burger. It comes with avocado inside. They just do it right at Toro Toro. And if you're just looking to go have a fantastic dinner, one of the best dinner experiences is at Toro Toro. Bold, flavorful cuts of steak, picanha, ribeye. They have a tomahawk. It's their signature cut of meat. They bring it to your table and they carve it right there in front of you. It is absolutely fire. So you want to make sure you take advantage. Again, Heat fans, 20% off during, before, after the game with your game ticket. Here's how it sounds, okay? You want to avoid all the traffic after the game. You park at the iconic Intercontinental Miami Hotel. You get valet. You leave your car there. You take a nice little stroll right down Biscayne. You go to the game. After the game, you walk back to the hotel. You can also take the People Mover. It's free. And then you get 20% off the bar menu. You let all the traffic die down. and then you get a nice stress-free ride home with a full stomach. Head to ToroToroMiami.com for more information. You can also make a reservation right now on OpenTable.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Text threads are meant for pictures of Jimmy's hot dog.
Traffic and dates southbound of the Turnpike from the Dolphin to Bird Road, and Palmetto Express going northbound from the Dolphin to 103rd. Multi-vehicle crash in Broward County, southbound 95 right by Cypress Creek Road, and slowing down southbound of the Turnpike or Griffin Road. I'm Gia, and that's traffic on FM 104.3 WEQAM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Mike, what's the general feel in Memphis right now about Mike, what about John Morant? What's the general feel in Memphis right now? We know he's one of the most talented players in the NBA when healthy, and we know all about his past, complicated past off the court, suspensions, you name it. What's the general feel right now with how he's approaching the season? I know he didn't play in preseason. Is the expectation that, hey, he's back to being a superstar and he's going to lead this team again?
Multi-vehicle crash in Dade, westbound 395, right before the exit for Biscayne. And it's slowing down northbound 95, 195 to 151st. Traffic in Broward County, southbound 95, Copens Road to Commercial Boulevard. I'm Gia, and that's traffic on FM 1043 WEQAM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Five o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. A little Yaz to open up the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour. It's a banger. 80s banger right here. Yaz.
Who is this?
Yaz.
Nobody knows who Yaz is.
They started their career as Yazoo, and when they got to the States, they became Yaz.
Well, they're foreign.
I think so.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think we learned that yesterday, right? Oh, no, that was you yesterday.
That was me. Yeah.
What's that?
Doesn't like the foreign basketball players.
Oh,
you don't like the foreign musicians.
I love them.
What kind of show is going on here?
Love me some U2.
5 o'clock. Yeah, where are they from?
UK. Europe.
Dublin. Is Ireland part of the UK?
Right there. Right
I know
around
it's
there.
right there, but are they part of the UK? Yeah, I guess they are.
Because it's the United Kingdom, Great Britain, or Britain, and then England. And there's certain countries that are part of Britain, but not part of England. There's certain countries part of the United Kingdom.
England is only part of England.
Right. And certain countries that are part of the UK, but not Britain.
Of Great Britain? I don't know. I don't know the difference between Great Britain and the UK.
You give me a map of across the Atlantic.
But I'm asking you, who is part of the United Kingdom?
Great Britain is a geographic term, while the UK is a sovereign state.
Got you. So who's part of the UK?
The UK is England,
Scotland,
Wales, and the Channel Islands. Some of the islands.
So
closer to
Ireland
France.
is not part of the UK.
No, but they are part of the British Isles.
Gotcha.
Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom.
Ah, okay.
I asked somebody when the Rams play in London, do they go the other way?
Mm-hmm.
And they laughed at me like I was dumb.
Makes sense to me, though.
It does. Like, why fly all the way across the U.S. to go that way?
Yeah, I've never really understood that.
See, it makes you think, don't it?
No, I don't think it does. I think it's much closer to fly east from California to Europe.
Because the Earth is flat.
Yes, because the Earth is flat.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 5 o'clock hours, the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. So here's what's going on at Funky Buddha. You know, you have live music Fridays and Saturdays at Funky Buddha, so you can go there tonight, enjoy a little live music, a libation, if you will. That could be beer, or that could be Aperol Spritz, or it could be something else. It's totally up to you. And you could watch football all weekend long there. And, you know, on Sundays during the Dolphins game, they do Eat the Enemy, and it's a dish from the opponent's city. And because they're in Atlanta, Chef Jeff is cooking up chicken and waffles. So you head to Funky Buddha on Sunday, chicken and waffles in the tap room. That sounds like that's like a good tap room treat, it seems like, right?
Great.
Yeah.
And Chef Jeff is a hell of a cook.
He is a hell of a chef. He's not a
Chef,
cook.
Sorry. Yeah, no,
He's a
sorry,
chef.
Jeff.
They take that stuff seriously.
Sorry,
man.
Jeff. My bad.
Yeah. And then next week, Thursday, Dolphins are on Thursday Night Football. We're going to watch the game there.
Mhm.
Me, you, Jimmy, Josh Appel. I mean, we're going to have the time of our lives. And anyone can come out there and listen. This has happened to me recently. When I say anyone can come out there and join us, I'm not paying for you. I'm not even going to joke. This has happened several times, including Tucker Dukes, where people just sat down with us to have lunch and then hit it. And I got the bill. So when I say come join us at Funky Buddha, bring your wallet. I'm not buying you dinner.
On your own tab.
Just watch the game with us and enjoy a little food and drink the way you normally do. You pay for it at the end.
Oh, got me. Yeah.
What's going on here? But yeah, no, we'll be out there Thursday. We'll actually bring some station goodies to give away, and we'll have a good time. Hopefully watch an entertaining football game. I'm not saying a victory, just an entertaining football game.
As you talk about Lamar Jackson.
Back this Sunday against the Bears.
Yes.
So that means he will probably be playing Thursday night against the Dolphins.
No.
No. There's a lot of stuff going on at Funky Buddha, the tap room in Oakland Park. And if you're going to Panthers games this weekend or next week, you check out the Funky Buddha tap room right there in the Amarant Bank Arena. Delicious drinks as well. Headlines here brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
This is from On3 Sports. Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin plans to address the Florida job with his players, according to Molly McGrath, who covers, she's an ESPN broadcaster, covers the...
That doesn't sound like he's going anywhere. Plans to talk about it with his players is probably him saying, I'm not taking the Florida job.
I don't know if I'm doing this as an optimist Gator, but hopefully, hey, I'll deal with this in the offseason. Don't let this disrupt us.
Yes, that's what I say. That's what I say.
Yeah. Please, Lane. Gainesville's beautiful.
You want Lane?
I want Lane.
It ain't Boca. Remember, he was in Boca. He was at FAU for a while.
Yeah, I guess a beautiful football city. Gainesville's not. Yeah, I'll be honest. Gainesville is
a disgusting pit.
It's if you take the university out, it's some fields and some lakes. Yeah. If you cut UF out of Alachua County, there's 18 people.
If
there.
I said to you on the Dolphins game Sunday, who's got the higher total for rushing, Tua or Michael Penix?
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix rushing over is 1.5 yards. Tua's 4.5.
Wow.
That's because he's hurt. What's his knee? He has a knee injury.
Yeah.
I'd still go over. He could walk on his hands farther than Tua could run. I'd still go over.
Bijan Robinson's up to 95.5 yards rushing. It was 90.5 yesterday when we looked at it.
Who's going to tackle him?
Yeah.
I should let Stephen Ross play safety.
I'm going to put in a parlay. Bijan rushing over with, man, I don't know if I can pull the trigger on the Tua rushing over at 4.5.
I'll tell you what's
I'll
going to
do it
kill
with
you.
Devon Achane rushing over.
What's Bijan? Because I say Bijan still, but I hear you doing it the right way.
Yeah.
What's his receiving?
Let's see.
Because that's where it'll kill you when he rushes for 91 but catches for 92.
36.5.
He's going to get more than 36.5 receiving yards.
Maybe I'll do, how about all-purpose yards for Bijan and Devon?
Ooh, parlay them both?
That's what I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Bijan is 136.5, and Achane is 101.5.
I like that one. Where's my phone? All they have is Devon Achane in the Dolphins offense, and Bijan is a monster. Hey, Hawk, I'm going to trail you on this one.
I think we got this. Tail you, but I think we got this one.
I'm going to just trail you. I ain't really doing nothing. I'm going to just follow you around.
Wait a second. I did the wrong one.
Drive slow on the turnpike. I'm just kind of trail you.
I think we know who the narc is. You guys trailing me.
Oh, running the yellow lights.
I know you're not very interested
in your headlines, but go ahead and finish them anyway.
All right, so sit this one sec. No joke. Sit this one headline out, and I'll discuss it with Crowder. Let's see how you last here.
Fair enough.
Okay, Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not very interested in the World Series, other than hey, Shohei's playing awesome
Mookie?
tonight. Game 1, Mookie.
Mm-hmm.
But how about this? Some new food offerings they're rolling out. No,
Jack.
Hoch, you weren't interested. You weren't interested, bro. You weren't interested. Some new food offerings they're rolling out in Toronto for the World Series. Game 1 tonight.
What is it?
Maple beignets.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
But was it just a traditional beignet with maple syrup?
Yeah, they have maple drizzles over the top of them.
Well, you don't know, I might have infused it with some maple.
Yeah, but no, it sounds like it's just a drizzle. Beignet, I know how it's made, and that's with powdered sugar, and it's not with maple.
Well, they have powdered sugar on them as well.
Yeah, but then it's going to get all murky with the syrup on top of the powdered sugar.
Again, it's just a drizzle. This isn't.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But that adds the Canadian twist.
No, I get why. I just don't buy it.
You don't like syrup?
I love syrup, but I know what a beignet is supposed to taste like.
I'm not a fan of pancakes or waffles, but I love syrup with sausage.
Who's not a fan of pancakes or waffles?
I'm not a fan. Too thick.
Huh. A pancake is literally like used to describe thin things.
Not physically thick, just like mouth filling. It grows in your mouth.
Huh.
I don't know if I could trust somebody who doesn't like a pancake or a waffle.
Right. It seems anti-American, really.
No, toast. An all-American doesn't have pancake. An all-American breakfast doesn't have pancake. It's called an all-American. Eggs, meat, toast, potato.
You know
That's
what?
An all-American.
You know what America I love? The ones with pancakes and waffles.
I love a good pancake.
God.
Did you guys hear that too?
What about hotcakes? Like hotcakes? Wild boar sausage.
No.
Delicious.
Move on.
Delicious. You never had boar. I've brought you boar sausages at the old station, and you were just disgusted.
No, I'll tell you probably why I was disgusted. Because sausage, like, it's such a mix of everything that if you're going to eat sausage, I don't care what it's made of. I'm sure you brought something in a white styrofoam container that was sitting on your dashboard for 3 hours while you were waiting for the Guzio show to end, and you just brought it. Like, it wasn't the fact that it was boar sausage.
Mm-hmm.
It was the fact that I know that it was sitting in your truck for a day and a half.
Trying to keep stuff warm.
Yeah.
An Italian submarine. So it's a sandwich. Looks like it has ciabatta bread on it, and it's got all the components of an Italian sub. Gabagool.
But they're calling it a submarine?
They're calling it a submarine.
But it's on a ciabatta bread?
It's on a ciabatta bread.
Because a submarine sandwich looks like a submarine.
Correct.
So already, I understand why Trump cut off all negotiations with Canada. I mean, this is offensive.
Well, I might reel you back in here. This is really why I wanted to bring it up. This
All
is
right.
the most Canada thing ever.
Okay.
They're calling it maple bacon strip. This is literally, according to the picture, and I'll try to turn it around here. I guess I should have had this prepared, but it's, like you order a hot dog or maybe chicken tenders. They give you like that little
paper container
with like a piece of paper on it.
Yeah.
It's a strip of bacon, one strip of bacon long with a stick poked into it on the side.
So thick bacon.
It's thickish, but I wouldn't say it's too thick. It's probably the same thickness.
Well, it's
of
almost
a pancake.
like billionaires bacon.
That's what
that you would get at Twin Peaks or even at Prime 112, where they have the bacon. Yeah.
And it's like caramelized on top. Yeah, that's good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, ordering food and getting a strip of bacon just seems wrong to me. Like, I get a side of bacon, comes with 4 or 5 little strips.
But it's kind of like pork on a stick is what you're getting there. I wouldn't know on that during a baseball game because it just doesn't seem like the right setting. That's more for hockey.
What?
I don't know.
Like
All right.
a bacon corn dog.
Right.
Yeah.
With no corn or dog. But I understand what you're saying. The only thing that would make it similar to a corn dog is a stick.
All right, there you go. Those are your World Series preview, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice.
That's your World Series preview.
I love it.
Here's your schedule for the entire week. Here we go. Tonight, Inter Miami plays a playoff game. They get Nashville at home, 8 p.m., Chase Stadium. Leo Messi searches for his first MLS title tonight.
All right.
The Miami Heat play the Memphis Grizzlies, 8 p.m. Terry Rozier's away from the team. Eric Spoelstra said earlier he spoke with the team. They're moving forward because they have no other option. They're moving forward, and John Morant remains questionable.
All right.
Tomorrow, Canes host Stanford, 7 p.m., Hard Rock Stadium.
Hear it on this station.
Tomorrow.
3 p.m. pregame.
Tomorrow, the Panthers, they play the Vegas Golden Knights. That's at 6 p.m. I would imagine that's on AM 560 only.
Definitely on a different station.
Sunday, Dolphins.
Although if Jimmy's running the board, you might get both games on this station. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Sunday, Dolphins play the Falcons at 1. And also Sunday, the Heat have their home opener against the New York Knicks, 6 p.m. Crowder might be there.
Hey.
And you will hear that game on this station.
I'll be in Hyde.
Let's see. Tomorrow, Panthers are on WQAM AM, 560 AM.
Nailed it.
If I'm in the club under the stadium, I'm at the game. I'm in the stadium.
Sure.
Thank you.
Your weather doesn't work that way, but whatever.
It does.
Your weather in South Florida right now, partly cloudy. There's some clouds. Tonight, the lows
Generally
are going to drop.
comes with the partly cloudy.
Yeah. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. That's sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
We're talking football and Dolphins with Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel next.
Y'all got to get to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They have been in the Hollywood, Florida area since 1951. Support local, and that is Delaware. That's as local as you can get. And they've been here for, 70-something years? Come on, man. And Delaware has it all. And it's stone crab season. You know they got the best stone crabs, freshest stone crabs. They have all the sizes, the best price. They'll crack them for you. Call in advance. They'll have them cracked. Have the mustard sauce in there. It is a beautiful thing. I've done, 3 or 4 times already since the 15th. Get to Delaware for your stone crabs and everything else. The lamb, the beef, the veal, pork, poultry, duck, turkey, lobster, shrimp, fish, alligator, venison, crabs, clams, oysters, scallops. They have so much delicious food there. They have the seasoning, Crowder powders there. So you have your 3 blends to put on all your stuff. Sides made in-house daily and fresh. They have burgers, sandwiches, fried chicken, and roasted chicken if you want to take the night off of cooking. And the dips, smoked fish dip, smoked tuna, it's delicious. And the buffalo chicken dips off the chain as well. Go to DelawareChicken.com. That's the website, DelawareChicken.com. See the entire menu. When you figure out what you want, call them in advance, and they will bring the food out to your car, curbside delivery. 954-983-6831. That's 954-983-6831. Place your order. They'll bring it right out to the car. And Yacht Provisions. You got you a beautiful yacht, beautiful boat. Have the most delicious, freshest, best price food in South Florida on that yacht. They got you for that as well. You got to get down to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are located on 441. 1 block south of Sterling Road. When y'all get down there, grab the stone crabs just for me because I want you to enjoy your meal. Get your Crowder powder and tell them Crowder sent you.
This is Hoch.